Oh, what? What?
Hi, guys.
The music stopped. What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Rick, you're barely on screen.
Yeah.
All of Eric is. Turn the camera. Turn the beat around. Do I still hear the music?
Now Shane's off camera.
Right?
No. I paused the music.
Do you hear the music?
I don't hear shit. I'm deaf. Quit asking me.
No, I stopped now.
Oh. Are you sure
Did
it's
you
not on your stream or something?
I don't have it open.
All right. Whatever.
I have the chat open, but not a stream.
That was music from
Muted.
Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee
Ooh.
for the GameCube.
Smash Brothers.
Not exactly.
It was on the GameCube.
It was.
And it was called Melee.
It was, yes.
It'd be great if Godzilla was added to Smash Brothers Ultimate.
That would be broken.
Would it?
He's huge.
Godzuki.
And Godzuki.
You could do that.
Do you remember that cartoon?
I remember.
I remember it.
I used to call
Can you
my
guys hear me?
sister Godzuki. Yeah.
Okay, good. Can't hear myself. That's fine.
I can hear you, Rick.
Yay. Shane is watching his son walk somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't really understand.
It's a Filipino
know.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's an Asian thing.
Yeah.
He's coming back at some point, though. Jancy, thank you so much for the food. She sent us a treat stream.
Oh,
Yep.
it was so good.
It
It was
some
delicious.
subs.
Thank you.
Aaron
Thank you very
loved
much.
the one he picked for himself.
It was
Thank you,
so
JT. I
funny.
appreciate it.
You should tell him what happened, Aaron.
All right, so I was.
So
they were
funny.
filming Star Wars when it came in,
Yeah,
so
we were-
I carried it
yeah.
all up the stairs with the help of Dababa because she took the first half and I took the second half. And when we came here, I kind of left it here. Then they got done. When we were talking, I think Eric said that him and Shane were talking about splitting the meatball sub.
I was like, I call him meatball. Cal was like, what? No, you can't count. You can't do that.
so I was
so
like,
eventually
well,
it was like
I was
Shane was
mostly
like,
just teasing.
Shane was begging me for some meatball. I'm like, all right, you get whatever sandwich you want. I'll have the meatball. We'll split in half and each have half of the sandwich.
yeah. So like they had their own shenanigans going on with that.
We did.
And I was like, all right, well I'm gonna take this Philly cheesesteak one and set it right here.
Yeah.
I took my water, this big hydrocore giant water bottle.
Which I haven't seen you without for a week.
No, I got this for $1 at
whole
Kroger.
dollar,
They were
yeah.
10 for $10. I bought one.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know if it was any good, which it was good the first time, but now I refill it with home water. So, but I sat this
Yeah.
filled with water
Yeah.
on top of the box right here,
With the sub you wanted.
where I sit with the sub that I wanted,
Philly
the
steak.
Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
It's a great sub. And then I had to go and take one of my notoriously short little poops.
Short yeah.
Yeah.
You mean everybody's meals was finished by the time you got back?
So I
Except Calvin, sorry.
I left to go to the bathroom. I heard Calvin talking outside and stuff like that, and I was like, all right. And I finished up, came back out here. When I got back out here, Shane and Eric had both finished their subs. Their
Yep.
subs are gone.
Yep.
Meatball, buffalo chicken, both gone.
Oh, so good.
Because my first and second choice was Philly and buffalo chicken.
Yeah.
All right, well I'll do the Philly. When I came back around, I see Rick with a box here with half a sub, with a quarter of a sub,
Yeah.
half a sub
Half a half
that he's
sub.
eating.
Yes.
Now I look at my box that doesn't have my water bottle on it.
But
It's been cast aside,
But the box is still there.
and the box is still there,
Yeah.
open, with no sub in it, and just remnants of crumbs and meat and cheese and just little bits and pieces, and nothing there. And I came back and I was just, my jaw gave, just looking and I'm like, what?
You were so disappointed.
And then Rick's looking at me like, what? I'm like, what happened? And Rick goes, Calvin, what have you done?
Because, so I didn't really care which one I had as long as it wasn't the buffalo chicken and spicy.
Yeah.
So I started eating the barbecue chicken sub. And I was like, but I felt bad for Calvin because he had last choice. So like, Calvin, if you want half of mine, I will take half of yours. I was like, thanks, Rick. So he gave me half of his, and I was eating it. And I was like, I didn't know what an Italian hero would taste like,
Yeah.
but this is goddamn delicious.
It's great.
Tastes like Mario.
Well, apparently, he took care of himself.
He did, and then the last of the Italian hero was just sitting here. No one wanted it. It was just left alone. Like someone took my water bottle, sat it here, devoured this sub. I was like, all right.
Chansey said, when I ordered one for each of you, I did not realize it would get this complicated.
It's
So,
always complicated.
I ate the Italian one. I didn't eat the dressing. I'm on a diet.
It was pretty funny.
They all
Yeah.
laughed at me.
At your suffering.
Eric looks at me and goes, Aaron, there's garlic knots.
Because I just got done talking to Shane. I was like, like when it comes to like a menu at a pizza place, garlic knots like the thing I would order last. He's like, yeah, I mean, I like the garlic knots maybe over breadsticks. I'm like, I'm more of a breadstick guy. I'm like, huh. And then that all happened. I was like, well, Aaron, there's garlic knots.
So, but no, the Italian sub was pretty good. So thank you, Jancy.
Yep.
Yeah,
thank you so
Nancy.
much.
Very much appreciated.
My meatball and buffalo was great. The buffalo wasn't like hot at all. Like, it wasn't even one of those things where like, it felt like there wasn't a whole lot of buffalo sauce on it. So it was pretty mild. It was still good. Great.
Yeah.
I remember thinking in the bathroom, like, well, I guess if someone wants half of my Philly, I'll share half my Philly.
You're just
Well,
doing
I was
good
going
work
to
out
give
there.
you half of it back. I hadn't started eating into it yet. It's like, okay, sorry, my bad here.
I would have had half a Philly cheese. Calvin would have had a whole Italian herb and half a buffalo.
No, I
Or a
would have split
barbecue.
the Italian with you.
Garrick Loran.
I don't like Italian very much.
Good friend or not, I will get violent if someone takes my food. Aaron is taking this very well. You should have been here 15 minutes ago.
Fucking bullshit. Takes water, like banging it on the table.
I handed it back. I took that one and I ate it.
It was funny.
Disgraced.
Well, I guess to the best things of the week, mine, I've had a lot of good things this week. But
Yep.
maybe my favorite has been, we were reviewing Godzilla 2 tonight,
Godzilla.
the American Godzilla. So I have been going through and feverishly trying to catch up on all my missed Godzilla movies. I did not come anywhere close. There are like 29 of
There's a
them.
lot of Godzilla movies.
Oh, how many did you get through, Rick?
I got through 4.
4 of 29. That's failing.
Yeah. So I saw Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, for the first time, which was fantastic. I saw Godzilla vs. Monster Zero, which unfortunately all I could find was the American dub, which is not the way you want to watch a Godzilla movie. If you want,
No.
It's not.
no,
You want it.
It's
You
how
want it
you want to
authentic.
react to it. But
Is it like watching? There's some Jackie Chan movies I love, but they've been dubbed into English, obviously.
Yeah.
And it just looks and bothers me because it's not like anime where like it's just
The lip flaps.
It's just
are
lip flaps,
basic.
you know.
Yeah.
It just looks weird whenever like you see Jackie because it's still Jackie's voice. That's the thing that really messes me up.
Oh yeah,
Like
Yeah,
it's still
it's
lots of
still
times
his
it's
voice,
Jackie speaking English, but obviously his lips are not matching up, and I'm like, it's so uncanny, you know?
Yeah.
It's weird.
no. In this, it's a bunch of Americans. So you have like American voices coming out of Japanese people,
Gotcha.
which is, yeah. Then I also watched the one that comes before this, the first American Godzilla movie.
oh, you did watch that? Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
You watched the first American Godzilla movie?
First American
With Matthew
Godzilla-
Broderick?
No, that's not a Godzilla movie.
It is Godzilla movie.
No, that's the same as calling like Zelda's Adventure Legend of Zelda video game or Snake's Revenge a Metal Gear Solid. And like it's not. It's not. It's not.
It's Metal Gear.
It's not.
It is Metal Gear.
It is Godzilla.
But I really enjoyed the American Godzilla. Actually,
The
2000
guy who did Rogue One, Gareth Edwards, Godzilla.
Ken Watanabe.
Ken Watanabe, yeah. Right?
Watanabe.
Watanabe
He, the guy,
Watanabe.
he's in Detective Pikachu, or what?
He
He's in
is.
Detective Pikachu.
is
yeah.
amazing.
He's great.
He makes everything
fight.
better. Yeah,
I know.
I love. I marked out to that scene.
Yeah,
It was really
I mean,
good.
I did feel like with that movie there was a lot of like human stuff that I was like, that's what I want to see is Godzilla.
Have you ever watched a Godzilla movie?
I have.
A lot of
There is
Godzilla
a-
movies are a lot of human stuff.
There's
But
a lot of human stuff.
when I was a kid, a lot of Godzilla movies was like, oh my God, dude, Godzilla, human stuff. Oh,
Yeah, there wasn't enough. What was there was amazing. I particularly like the final kill of Godzilla, which was great. It was so good. I got so excited to see that. I thought the human stuff in this was pretty good
Yeah.
for Godzilla standards. Definitely. I really got annoyed. Like a lot of times they would cut away from the fight and they would show it in like the news footage on a TV on the background.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it, director, I want to see that shit.
Yeah.
Just show me that.
Take me there.
Where's that camera guy at? Take me there.
You want to follow him around like Hank Azaria.
It really captured. I felt like
Matthew
for
Broderick
for
Godzilla.
like the first time ever was like the scale of
Yeah,
the monsters.
the scale, the
Yeah.
sound was really
Yeah.
good. Like the sound design and the music in the Godzilla movies are some of the best in all of cinema.
Yeah.
I think it like for me, Godzilla's sound is more iconic than even like a lightsaber or something like that. Like
Yeah.
it's just this terrifying like thing that reverberates in your chest when you hear it. You know? Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. And
But-
I love the like dun 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 dun. The music is so good.
My favorite one that I've ever seen of the Godzillas is still Godzilla versus Destroya,
Yeah.
probably.
The one where he dances?
No, that was versus Monster Zero.
Rick was like, man, there's this one I watched. He beat the monster, and then he did a river dance.
I'll
And I was
show
like,
it.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like the story in that one, actually. Because in that one, there's these aliens. So Ghidorah, it's not really a spoiler, but Ghidorah is from Venus.
Yeah.
And they're aliens on Venus, right, in the Godzilla universe.
Mm-hmm.
And he destroyed that planet. And so
He destroyed Venus?
yeah. Well, he didn't blow up Venus, but he made it uninhabitable.
Gotcha.
Godzilla
So
Ghidorah.
Ghidorah did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flash
so
in space.
now the Venetians are dead.
Well, so they're on like a planet X, which is a planet that is next to Venus.
Okay.
And so, but Ghidorah is now on their planet. So they're like, we need to beat this. And only one thing has ever beaten Ghidorah before, and that's Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra.
Yeah.
All
teamed up.
together?
Yeah, all together.
Wow.
Wait, so this is another Ghidorah?
It's the same Ghidorah. When they beat him,
They didn't beat him very well then, Rick.
he escaped Earth.
Okay.
He
This
flew
is
the
like
hell
wrestling
away.
for monsters.
Is it?
Yeah.
After, yeah.
it is.
No one just is done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beat him within an inch of his life, and then he comes back.
But the story is
Mercury.
they
Venus.
will give Earth the panacea, the cure to all diseases, if they give them Godzilla and Rodan.
Yeah.
Rodan's like the pterodactyl, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they go there and fight that. But the aliens are bad all along, and they brainwash Godzilla and Rodan and send them to Earth to take it
no.
over.
Well, so now what?
What a switch.
Rick, now I want to know the story. What happens?
Well, you have to watch the
Damn
movie.
it. You just spoiled the twist. Now there's no one to save us. Godzilla, we need Gamera or something now.
Rick just sold so many copies of that movie.
That's a hell of a hook right there.
Yeah.
I'm hooked.
Brings you back.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. But yeah, I'm really excited to see the one tonight.
Me too. I mean, it's called King of All Monsters. Like, I
Yeah.
can't be disappointed with that.
Yeah.
Right?
The twist is Ghidorah ends up being the good guy having to fight these two.
Yeah. We go fuck up Venus.
Yeah, kill them all.
One of the best Godzilla movies is the one where all the other monsters team up to fight Godzilla, including Ghidorah.
It sounds like this movie.
It might be. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. So,
Am I
Cool
right?
stuff.
Like, I remember watching all of those, like, when they would come on cable at 1 p.m., when
Yeah.
they were sick or something. But wasn't there one where you fight like a kind of like a Power Ranger, but like a robot guy
Yeah.
that gets real big?
it's one of the better ones, actually.
Yeah, I remember loving it. I mean, but being like, why the hell does this guy get so big?
know
Just
his
so he can fight
name.
Godzilla.
I can picture him.
Yeah.
Damn it, what was his name?
Turbo,
Chat will tell us. I'm also going to look
Turbo
at that
Man.
river dance.
Turbohead?
Turbos. Is it Turbo something?
Maybe.
It's a turbo
Does
doll.
it start with a V?
I don't know.
I don't.
Jaguar? That doesn't sound familiar, but it could be. I don't know. But it
Yeah.
was a big robot that got real big.
I feel like I was just looking this up the other day.
Yeah.
Jaguar might be right.
I'll show this to you guys. It's pretty great.
Jet Jaguar.
Jet, yeah. Look at
There's
this.
no-
Look at
no
this
audio.
Godzilla.
Turn it up.
Why?
He just won.
Yeah.
He's happy.
He just beat Ghidorah.
Yeah.
He's so happy.
It's good for him.
Do they have him on a wire doing that?
No, that's the guy in a puppet, I think.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's a guy in a suit.
I
and
know
they
it's a
just-
guy in a suit, but
they slow it
he's got
down.
some major airtime.
He does.
I mean, they slow him down.
Maybe he's on a trampoline.
Maybe.
Is the audio hitting before he hits?
Yeah.
That might just be the clip. I don't know, but
So funny.
I laughed a lot
Yeah.
when I got at that scene.
It's so silly.
Could you imagine them doing that now? Like this new CGI Godzilla being like, ah,
I mean, I could definitely see like that under like some music of like Rasputin.
what?
You know?
Ra ra Rasputin. Yeah.
And then I also had a lot of fun watching the latest Game of Thrones episode with Eric last night.
Yes.
Which
It was an ordeal to get through,
It was.
and not for the reasons you would think. Yeah, we were watching the biggest episode of the season, so far. But we were watching episode 3, and at first I had because sometimes like if we stream right from HBO, especially in the afternoons, it seems like, oh man, it buffers a lot. So I was like, oh, let me try and get like a hard copy file so that doesn't happen. And then something was wrong with that hard copy file. I was like, all right, well, fuck it. We'll just try HBO. And then it buffered like twice and stopped, and the quality was going in and out.
Yeah.
And it was also after we'd already like solved the issue of this is a super dark episode. And like literally dark, and we can't see. Like when we watched it the first time under the studio lighting, you couldn't see anything. And we had fixed that issue, but man, it took us like 2 hours or 3 hours to like do the whole thing. You know, it was crazy, and it was just a great discussion as well.
It was a really fun discussion.
But when we were done, I was tired.
Yeah.
Because that was the
get
end.
you.
We started that at the end of the day.
But yeah, I had fun discussing that.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite moments. Like one of I feel my funniest moments at the very end of that.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. I
Maybe it
can't
was
tell
because we were tired. But
It's because we were tired, but it was also just like I can't get into the specifics because it's such a good moment. I don't want to spoil for people, but the way you said it and the timing and you said it, I was like it summed up a lot of thoughts people have had for a long time. It was funny.
So what about you guys in the week? Anything stand out?
My favorite thing that stood out was a thumbnail made by one of our lovely editors.
Top screen.
Yeah,
For
top
Mob
screen.
Psycho?
Mob
Oh my
Psycho.
gosh, that was so
Oh,
good.
let me find that.
You got to find that. So, in Mob Psycho, for those that aren't following, and which, by the way, I mean, it's a great show. It's a really
is,
fun,
yeah.
like, I think easily digestible show. But there's a character in there who got his head kind of shaved during a battle. So, to make up for it, he's wearing a wig that's far too big for him and far too big for anybody, really.
He's overcompensating.
He's got a gigantic wig. And I don't know why Top Screen picked a certain person on the crew to like put that wig on or the thumbnail. But I don't know. I think he was like, I think it was random.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think he like printed out a picture of like us and like threw a dart, and just whoever it landed on, they're gonna give that person the wig.
That could be it, or maybe it was just the specific position of the head. Like it was more easily photoshopped in.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Aaron?
Is it in editor's chat?
It's not an editor chat, no. I will just grab it and send it to you, Rick.
There you go, Rick. Just wait on
That'd be
him.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wait on me.
Alrighty. Well, that's a fun moment. Anyone else got something cool?
No, we gotta
we're
stay
not,
on this.
We're not done with this yet.
What? We'll have to come back. It's gonna take so long.
It's worth it.
It's not.
It's worth the wait.
It's not worth anything.
You guys in chat
Let's see.
say whether it was worth the wait or not.
Correct. I threw a dart. Do you think you're saying that now, Top Screen?
Top screen.
I was working on pay today.
I was gonna say because when Aaron chooses who gets the next reaction, he uses the dart too.
Guess who it didn't land on?
Everybody's saying it's worth the wait. So we shall wait.
Okay, I got it. I will send it to you on Discord, Rick.
I'm ready. I'm waiting.
Huzzah!
I am here.
It's just a fun thumbnail.
It's so good.
I'm just looking at it now.
That one.
Yeah, that one.
There you go. Can you make that full screen?
I sat
pretty big.
I sat at the reaction
There
table.
you go.
I sat at the reaction table that just opened, just like as people came in one by one, just being like, guys, look at this. I'll just laugh. And Aaron's like sitting there like, Shane would come in, look at this. Ah! It was such a fun.
Aaron's like, I'm jealous it wasn't me.
I know, it looks great.
It does. It looks
does
really
look
good.
great. It is definitely an
It
improvement.
looks so natural. Looks like you were what you were meant to have.
But
Here you
yeah,
go, Rick.
Top Screen went above and beyond the Call of Duty to add that.
It's loading.
Yeah, it doesn't show mine yet either. Might take a minute. But that was great.
All right. Well, that's loading. I've got a couple other photoshops from Discord here.
Everything else. Is
What is
shallow.
this from?
Was
This picture?
I don't know. Did you put the Infinity Gauntlet on for game night or something?
No, I mean I've seen people have this image of me doing this. It's got to be a game night talking head because you can see like the bottom part of.
Yeah.
It must be
me.
Dixit or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's good.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Yeah.
Perfectly balanced. Aw, I'm so sad.
That's a good drawing.
Aw.
That's awesome.
Should have went for the head.
Oh, and
when
then there's
Berserk finally won the point. That was such a great.
Yeah, that was great.
that's also one of my favorite
Oh,
moments.
that's so cool.
Oh my gosh.
People having Photoshop battles.
Nice. Because I had never ripped a T-shirt before. I wasn't sure how
Yeah.
hard it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Like watching wrestling, it seems so easy.
Well, they usually pre-cut it.
Do they?
They usually have little slits like here and here, like where they just do like a little X, you
Yeah,
know, and then you
those
can't see
cheaters.
it, and then it just breaks apart. That's why Hulk Hogan. I mean, grand, he's the strongest man alive,
He
but
is.
he's always like, "Ugh," you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he usually always has like a slit
Yeah.
right here too. So if nothing else, he can start there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's like
rip
a crew neck that he's clipped or something.
Rick's pure anger for Candyland just
Yeah.
empowered him
That
to rip through it.
Candyland shirt was like a hefty, nice shirt.
It was.
Like,
It's one of the nicest material
Yeah.
shirts we ever got.
I couldn't believe what happened. Like as it was being ripped up, I just couldn't believe it was happening to me.
Shane was so upset.
He was.
He wanted to wear that fucking
Damn it, Rick!
shirt.
That's a nice fucking shirt. Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
All right, so this loaded.
Yeah, this was pretty cool.
Here we go. I don't know who these guys are.
Ooh, yeah. Top Screen does. You know why Top Screen is doing these?
I don't know.
He's adding them to IMDb.
Awesome.
Yeah, he
And
got
then
it cooking.
and he's putting posters up there.
That's
There's
cool.
one for Ferocity as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that he made.
Awesome.
It's if you go to IMDb
I'm
and look
going.
up Blind Wave, there's one for there. But yeah, the Rivals one I think is my favorite. I just love the yellow and red colors.
He's got one for the podcast as well.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Top Screen, you are.
He's
you are
been
dedicated.
adding credits to IMDb, and then because there's no poster, he's just been making posters to put there.
Awesome.
I wonder if I can submit like images from behind the scenes of like different things that we have.
That'd be
I don't
cool.
know. But yeah, that's
What
the
is that?
podcast.
The Blind Wave podcast. Is that pizza?
Pizza beard.
Yeah, it's pizza
Yeah.
beer. It's like Rick's face, and then pizza is the bottom part of his beer. I think it's really, really creative.
Yeah,
Doesn't that look cool? I love it.
that's really
It
good.
is cool. I like that.
I just love that pizza has become part of it.
I know,
Yeah,
right? And then let's see what else is there.
There should be one for.
So there's one for Ferocity?
Yeah, let me open up the company.
Yeah.
If the pit
Yeah,
ever
here-
was
here we
one,
go.
but
Yeah.
we never finished the pit.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's got a trailer.
That'd been cool.
There you go.
He looks dead.
Very nice. Awesome job, Top
Yeah.
Screen.
That was good.
LCCX winning lightsaber duel.
Yep.
Alrighty.
It's great. I love it. I love Top Screen. Good work.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
I would have used
They
a shot.
caught me, he said.
Yeah. Yep.
Top
My
Screen's
favorite shot of that one is Aaron getting cut in half. I would have used that one.
His face is so surprised.
I
I, love
know.
it.
My friend. he helped. He killed me.
I love that gag too because it all happens in the viewer's head.
Yeah.
You don't actually see him be bisected ever.
Nuh-uh.
It comes to him. You have the cut. You have the reaction. It's like movie magic there.
Yeah.
Movie magic.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing as the end of
Yeah.
Game of Thrones
Yeah.
season 1.
It's good acting.
It is. And then at the end, Tyler, you just see his head.
Yeah. It's all in camera.
Yeah.
And speaking of movie magic, this is the last Photoshop one I have. The Ultimate in Terror. I hate this fucking thing.
Candyland, the thing.
on the thing poster.
That's funny. I like that.
That's great.
Good.
Talking about movie magic. One of my favorite things is me and the family went and saw Aladdin.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was a fun thing I had this week. Like we took everybody. It was the first time Ayla and Kanan had been to the movie theater.
Oh,
Yeah?
wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So we took them there. Kanan fell asleep like in the seat, just like hanging. It was just his head. He was
Oof.
like, Dad, will you hold me? I'm like, no.
No.
And he's like, he started to cry and stuff. Like, hang on, I'll hold you here in like 2 minutes. But he was asleep before 2 minutes. happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Those dad tricks.
But Ayla had been going back and forth. I'm like, I don't want to be holding him because I want to also keep Ayla like quiet and not like fussing because
Happy.
they were packed.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of other kids and stuff there too because it was
Yep.
the family or whatever. The Tuesday $5 night thing they have. So
Oh, yeah.
we went there and they were busy. I missed like the first like 8 minutes.
What? No.
Yeah, because we were on our way to the movie theater, but then the Bob was supposed to meet us there. 'Cause
Yeah.
She was gonna go with us, and then she had car trouble.
Oh.
So then we had to detour and pick her up.
Oh, okay.
And then when we got there, we were running late, and there was like I don't know. It started at 7. It was like 5 till, and there's a huge concession line. And I was like, "Give me the bucket. Go find seats. I'll wait here."
Yeah, I know
and
you would miss the beginning of the movie to get your concessions.
Well, I got to like the very front. Like there was like 3 people in front of me, and it was like they texted me. It's like, "Hey, it's starting." So I said, "Let me know when it starts."
Yeah.
And they texted me whenever it started doing like, "Please silence your phones." You know, like the little like
Yeah.
after the trailers are done, but before the movie starts, they started doing that stuff.
Thing.
And I was like, "Well, there's only 3 people left." And then the second checkout, the lady left because there was some issue in another movie theater, and then she was gone for a little bit. And I was like, "Damn it!" But I'm right here.
Yeah.
And then this guy took so long to do one that lady came back, and then she got me.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It just took so long. It shouldn't have taken that long.
It sucks.
So I missed like 8 minutes or so of the movie.
Gotcha.
I got in around One Jump is when I came in.
Okay.
Like that's what was going on at the time. Like the end of One Jump.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. No, I'm not blaming Dababa. It was just that's what.
It was just her fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, that was really cool. And then
The kids all like it and stuff? Like for a first movie, did the younger kids?
yeah, Ayla liked it. Kanan, he slept through like half of it, so he doesn't remember. But what he was awake for, he was like, oh, "Dad, look, monkey!" You know, like he was liking it and having fun and stuff. And then Coulson's like dancing to like the music and stuff when the music was playing. And Ayla was, I know Ayla at one point was like, oh, "Princess," and like she loved that. But then she started getting, I think she was getting tired because it's like we went at like 7, so like it was ending at like after 9.
So it was like getting close to bedtime almost.
Yeah, so like she's like, I tried to like turn her so that she would fall asleep, but she wanted to watch the movie.
Yeah.
So she was getting a little restless. But no, they all seemed to like it.
Our non-spoiler review had a funny ending for Aladdin, me and Shane, because we were going back and forth, and I was like, well, here's something, here definitely things I really liked, here's some things I didn't like. Shane was doing the same thing, and at the end he was like, yeah, if you got kids, like take your kids would enjoy it. If you're an adult in their 30s, and your favorite character ever is Jafar, maybe you won't love it or something. And Shane goes like, I tell you what, I mean, my son, he's this age and all, if he watched that one and this one, he'd probably think the new live action one was better. And I was like, well, yeah, but he's just a dumb kid. Hit the button. That was the end of the video. it was like a funny, like it like built up to that.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was hilarious.
That's
this
good.
as well that someone put together.
Oh my
Turn it
gosh, I know what this is. I couldn't remember the fucking words. I was looking it up, and me and Shane start singing. Oh no.
Yes.
Well, I come from a land, from a faraway place where the caravan camels roam.
It starts like
I hate this.
where it's flat and immense and the heat is intense. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home.
Yeah, that's good.
When the wind
Let's go.
from the east and the sun from the west and the sand in the glass is right. Come on down, someone by. Hop a car, little fly.
Shane grabbed my hand right here.
That's so good.
We were trying to think of the words at the beginning of Arabian Nights, and I looked it up, and as I was like saying/singing it there, I was like, those are not the words. They've changed them since the original cartoon. Because it used to say, where they cut off your hand if they don't like your face, it's barbaric, but hey, it's home. They changed that. They don't do that anymore. Now they do something else, because I guess like they think it's not appropriate for kids.
They changed it?
They changed
I
it.
don't remember that.
Yeah.
Name coming soon is who did that.
Huh?
Name coming soon is who put that together.
Thank you,
okay.
name
Thank
coming
you very
soon.
much.
Well, let us know when you get a name.
That is his name.
And you were talking about how your daughter was excited about Jasmine. My daughter is now a huge Godzilla fan.
So awesome. So awesome.
She was talking about wanting to make a Godzilla costume,
Yeah.
which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But no, as far as Aladdin went, like I think it's probably my favorite adaptation of the Disney movies so far. Like I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was watching some of the Broadway play like versions of Aladdin, and they did this thing. They did this a long time ago. Whenever it's called the Five Phantoms, when they were doing Phantom of the Opera. You can only really do those shows for a certain amount of time until I can't do this anymore. Because it's like
Until you get burned
it's
out.
like 2 performances a day for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So you end up getting like these actors that play it for a couple years and a couple years and a couple years, and eventually they came together and did this thing called the Five Phantoms, where they all like sung together and stuff. It's pretty cool. They've done something like that for the genie from Aladdin.
Yeah.
And there's this thing called like the Five Genies, and it's like all these like bald, like fat black guys that play the genie. They're kind of similar, but they're different too. And they're like singing with each other, and it feels like the genie because the genie often makes versions of himself and sings with them.
That's awesome.
I was like,
cool.
this is fucking awesome. Yeah, so
That's awesome.
If you like that kind of thing, check out the Five Genies.
Okay.
Because the four that came after the guy did the first time, they're like all like, you know, you want to sing? You start singing, you can start singing. I mean, you're the Tony winner, you know. They would do like these references and stuff.
Yeah.
It was funny.
That's neat.
Very good news for Aaron. They've announced the sequel to the video game Detective Pikachu.
Oh,
and
yeah?
it's coming out on the Switch.
On the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. It follows. It doesn't do anything with the story of the movie. It follows after
The game.
the first game.
Yeah, the game didn't end on like a,
Yeah.
this is the end.
Did
So-
any of you guys see the Pokemon like presentation thing they did a couple of days ago or yesterday?
No.
They talked about the Detective Pikachu too. They said like the one thing I heard they said was like fans of the movie can expect a different kind of ending for the game. So that's cool. That you don't feel like you're spoiling it by seeing the movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Cool.
Yeah, because whenever I watched the movie, I expected different things to
Yeah.
happen, and then it went further than what the game did. And I'm like, okay, so this must be where the game's gonna be going. So
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
But no, they had a whole bunch of Pokemon announcements, like a new mobile thing called Pokemon Sleep.
Yeah.
That
It's a mobile game.
It's a mobile game where you earn, like, I don't know the exact specifications, but like it's a game where you like earn, equipment or rewards for sleeping well.
Oh, okay.
It like tracks your sleep. I actually have an app on my phone, like a sleep tracker, that I put it down. It's this really cool alarm where like I say, hey, I want to wake up between this time and this time, and it'll find like the perfect time to wake up depending on my sleep cycle, depending on how much I've rolled around,
Yeah.
It also does this thing where if it detects any noise, it'll start recording,
Yeah.
and then it'll stop when it's gone. So I'll have like 10 times a night just like so first thing when I wake up in the morning is I'm like well, what was there any noises?
What noise did I
Usually
make?
it's like ruffling, or
You could bring
something.
that shit in for the podcast.
I should.
So it records audio you make.
It will record audio if you turn it on. It'll record audio, but only whenever it
tracks
It's always
audio.
sensing for audio, but it only records it if it's tracking it. Yeah, but it's just really funny because like you'll have like 10 clips when you wake up in the morning of like. Like when you're breathing really heavy or
Yeah.
something, and it's just so weird to hear yourself like that.
Yeah.
But because
That's-
I was doing that, I was using it. I was like, I want to hear if I'm still snoring. I don't think I am.
So what app is this?
The one that I have that I really like is called Sleep.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Yeah, but it has a smart alarm, so like it's great because you don't wake up in the middle of like a deep sleep cycle. Oh, Shane's here. We were just talking about Disney.
We were.
Hey, what's up?
You guys don't talk about anything depressing, are we? What happened?
I couldn't make anything up in the second set. It's like you to sit down.
Okay, I saw
Yeah.
something on there.
But anyway,
We were talking about something sad about how your son only has one more walk left now, and now he's done.
Make sure you get your headphones.
did you step on this?
Yes.
Looks wet.
There's tread marks on it.
Or you ran it over.
Yeah, he ran it over, went out his window and ran it over.
Yeah, all right.
Like his cell phone.
But anyway, that sleep app, I really like it because I feel like when I wake up now, it's not so, you know?
Did it like message you during Game of Thrones time? It's like, what the fuck you doing with your life?
It did not, but it does sometimes say like, are you sure you want to set your alarm for this? Because you only have 4 hours of sleep, It'll also like say like, if you have program in like, week by week, like I want to wake up at 8 or 7:30 this day or something. It'll start sending you, hey, you're gonna have to go to sleep in about 30 minutes or so, Like a little notification on like, get out of here.
Speaking of neat phone apps, I heard on NPR, some scientists have made an app that can help diagnose ear infections at home.
Really?
Yeah, here's a picture of it. You make like a paper like funnel. Yeah, and it shoots sound into the ear, and depending on how much fluid is in there, it'll come back and tell you whether or not there's a likelihood that your child has an ear infection.
Oh, okay,
Interesting.
cool.
Which is pretty cool, I thought.
So it's just using the sound waves to bounce off and then determine like how much volume is taken up
Interesting.
by the liquid.
Someone said it's called WebMD.
Because a lot of times when your kid is sick, they don't need to go to the doctor, right? They just
Right.
get better on their own. But ear infections
Yeah.
can get
Just
serious.
take some tussin.
Put tussin in that ear, right?
Yeah, more tussin.
But hopefully this is something that children can or parents can do at home. Obviously, it's not a replacement for going to your doctor, but it can at least give you an idea of whether there's fluid in your children's ears.
Yeah, and it can help cut costs of emergency room visits and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, Pokemon Sleep, the concept of the game is for players to look forward to waking up every morning, is what they said in the press conference. It's supposed to reward good sleep habits. So the thing will track sleep patterns and change the game based on how long the user sleeps and what time he or she wakes up.
So when I'm stressed out and can't sleep, that's going to stress me out even more,
Yeah.
knowing
So-
that I can't get those rewards.
So you mean I give this to my kids and now they want to
Now
sleep
they want to sleep
so that they
get-
can get rewarded
Yeah.
Pokemon.
And then
See, I need
the
that.
next morning is Pokemon Go outside, and then this is true. They literally announced another thing called Pokemon Home, which is kind of like an updated Pokemon Bank where you can transfer and store Pokemon from like the main games, Pokemon Go, all these other things. That way you can like mix and match how your Pokemon are tracked or whatever. So they literally have Pokemon Go, Home, and Sleep.
Home and Sleep has this been around for a while?
It just was announced like 2 days ago.
Is it backwards? Is it facing the right way?
Tap it.
I hear it.
Hello.
It
I
sounded
can-
better when you were further back.
Yeah. I
Hello?
don't know.
No,
I can turn it up.
I don't
a
know.
little. Is it connected all the way?
Yeah.
That wouldn't do a thing.
And we tested all this before stream.
Yeah, that
Hello.
should do it.
Yep, that fixed it. You shoved the other mic in. We're good now.
Hello.
I think he's just a little low. It sounds like.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
So in November what was the joke Clinton made? the Pokemon go to the polls.
Pokemon go to the polls. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Was Sleep something that I missed?
Yeah, they had it's called like a Pokemon business strategy meeting. It's not like they're also gonna.
I'd like to go to that
stuff.
meeting. A
But
Pokemon
I
would
business
go.
strategy.
They announced it.
It sounds like something in a Pokemon universe.
Yeah, but they announced that there's gonna be a Pokemon Sleep, which is like it's like a sleeping app, but you're rewarded based on like how well you're sleeping. It's trying to get people. Pokemon Go is about getting people to go outside and be active. This one is about the importance of sleep. So a kid or hell even adults, because look at the success of Go with adults now.
Yeah.
It's about like trying to promote healthy sleep at
Hello.
they
Can you
can-
hear me?
habits.
Yeah, I sound
It's a lot
better.
better.
So if they
Good.
utilize Pokemon
Hello.
as a whole, then you can have it like better sleep patterns, better activity outside, but just trying to better what people are doing or
Yeah.
kids are doing.
Yeah.
See, I need that for my 4 and 2 year old.
Yeah.
Because they, regardless of what time they go to bed, wake up with the sun. Which is terrible.
Blackout curtains,
When I
Aaron.
want to sleep till 8, they rip them down. They rip down the curtains we had up.
That is why they call them curtain climbers.
It's terrible. So
Maybe they're Titans.
I don't know. They're terrible. They're terrible little monsters. So, but no, like
Oh, it's like good
They-
for you to wake up
then-
with the sun, though, right?
no. What happens is they wake up with the sun. They go and run amok while we're still sleeping.
A musk.
Yeah.
It's Bedlam.
Amok. It is. It's bedlam.
Bedlam.
It's just chaos.
Yeah.
They're there, and then they come in like, what was the Dad, Mom, can I have chips? Like, no, it's 6 a.m. Have a banana. I don't have a banana. And then Melanie just reaches over like beside the bed, pulls a bunch of bananas out of nowhere, and she's just here. Like she just had bananas next to the bed.
She knew. She knew this was going to happen.
You know what's weird is my kids, they sleep in, even my 4-year-old. Like, and they've always been kind of like that. That's some of the
You know,
part of the problem is I can't
Kanan
wake them
will
up.
sleep in sometimes,
Yeah.
but Ayla won't. And then if either of them wake up, they wake up the other one. And now they're just running amok together in cahoots. This is how we had the flower fight of April.
April 2019.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of 2019. It was just it was flour there for Melanie to make cookies or baking or whatever you want to do with them, and she had like a huge bag of it, and they got into that and just was throwing at each other. It was it was up higher than I am tall, up on the cupboards and
counters
shit.
and cupboards.
They're just everywhere. And then they had it covered in them. They ran around in the living room. There's little footprints in the living room, all over the couch and
Really?
stuff. It was terrible. It was little heathens.
When you said that, for some reason, it made me think of one time when my sister. I was real fucking young, and my sister was. Yeah, is it right there?
No, some.
Okay.
Oh, there's
it's
so
fine.
yeah.
Just-
That's silly string. I'll get to
Okay.
that in a minute. And then I
I
remember
don't care. It's okay. It's silly string. I understand.
my sister, like, she wanted to go out with her friends, and she must have been like, my dad controlled her until she moved out. So she was
Yeah.
like 22, and he's like, "You're not going anywhere."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His house, his rules, kind of thing. And I just remember, I was sitting in the living room. My dad and her had a fight, and then like my sister went in her room, and then my dad heard a car door like slam shut and then peel out.
Yeah.
So my sister went out her window, or his window, and went with her boyfriend. And he peeled out, and my dad had like a plate of TV dinner. He had a TV dinner on top of a plate. So it wouldn't burn his lap.
Because it was hot.
So he took it, he throws it up in the air. So he throws it in the air so it smashes against the ceiling. Meatloaf and shit just sticking there for a
Yeah.
minute. He goes outside, starts running down the road smoking. He says, and then he went back in the room and took all her shit and threw it on the front porch. Said, "You're moving out." Yeah. Anyways, I got silly string on me because Malachi's last day of school, so they created this tunnel that for them to run through, and all the parents had silly string, and we were
Yeah.
spraying them like crazy. All these kids were crying. It was like
Crying?
It was like Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, he's weeping and gnashing. All these kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was like Sodom and Gomorrah, Shane.
If
Hellfire.
if
It was
his
like-
last day of school was like Sodom and Gomorrah,
It was
might
like
be a problem.
hellfire.
Go to a new
It was the
school
end of the world.
district.
You two can be the pillar of salt.
Anyway, so Malachi was upset because he was like, "It's the only thing I've ever known, Dad." You know, and I understand.
He's
you
a
know.
sentimental kid, isn't he?
Yeah, he kind of is. I was
Yeah.
like that too.
how old is he? What grade?
He's gonna be in 6.
So do they go to another school? Is that what it is, or what?
Sixth grade goes to middle school, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's gonna go to St. Mary's, so he'll
Yeah.
go St.
Hell, by
Mary's.
6th grade, I'd been to 4 different schools.
Yeah.
I've been to Barlow,
I've been to
Yeah.
3.
Amesville, Cutler, and then Bartlett.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sixth
so
grade,
that's what I'm saying,
Sixth
like,
grade
he's-
for me was still elementary school.
Yeah, he's been with the same group of kids since preschool, so like for them it's kind of a big deal. Like when I went to St. Mary's, I was there preschool through 8th grade, so it was like a big deal to me.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was a freshman in high school, just like high school was just real hard. I had to start over. You know what I mean? Like the hierarchy. It's terrible. And I just remember, like, 'cause some of my friends went to Parkersburg Catholic, but most of them went to Marietta. We were all divided up. I didn't know any of these fucking filthy public school kids. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Which I was now a part of.
Mhm.
And I remember I went back to my old school St. Mary's to visit. I sat on the fucking steps and just cried for like half an hour. Because
Yeah.
I missed it, yeah.
So you're
Sure.
just like your son?
Yeah,
Or
well,
he's just like
hopefully
you?
he's better. Well, I hammered that, you know, the sentiment out of me. By the time I was older, I hammered that shit out of me. So I'm not really like that now, but I understand. So
No,
What's the thing?
I've seen you do that when you watch Last Samurai.
that's different. That's these men dying
Yeah,
for
that's-
something they believe in.
That's different, Aaron.
Yeah,
You'd understand if you've ever seen it.
jackass.
I will tell you
All right.
how he lived. Oh my god.
All right. Well, I got
Calm down,
a,
Eric.
a picture here of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Hell yeah, this is the crew picture.
Yeah. Look at all
This
that.
is the cast
crew?
members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like everyone that's working there?
Everybody that works there.
It looks like a lot.
Everybody
There is a lot. Yes.
Are they blue?
Some of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They blew themselves?
They blew themselves.
Yep.
I don't know if you can.
You blow hard.
I don't know if they can find the video, but they Disney had like a stream like kind of opening Galaxy's Edge, and Harrison Ford was there,
Oh my god.
and George Lucas, but Harrison Ford christened the Millennium Falcon, and he looks at the camera. He's like, "This is for you, Peter," and he hits it, and I burst into tears.
Really, I need to see that shit. Jesus,
Yeah,
should
it's
put
so
that on
good.
there for us to see it. I saw the
Well,
Instagram.
I
I see
only-
the
I always saw
ceremony
it on-
finale.
Yeah, I always saw it on Twitter, like on a live video. Man, I'm tearing up. So good.
Yeah, me too.
This is for you, Peter.
Man.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
I'm going to be after E3. I'm heading over to Galaxy's Edge So
Yeah.
I gotta get that sweet Black Series exclusives.
You go in, you buy, you leave.
The best way to do it. If you
Trust
don't
me.
have like
Yeah.
3 or 4 days to do everything.
Yep.
Apparently, Laeta Kalogridis is writing the new Star Wars movie based on Knights of the Old Republic.
That's the rumor. Yeah.
That's a hell of a rumor.
BuzzFeed announced.
Yeah, it's been everywhere. Which it's
But that's BuzzFeed.
one of the great things about that movie is that big component to the story in the end. So I'm just wondering, like, will they try to recreate that, or will they try something different?
I
or-
mean, it's one of those things because I mean,
if they
you know,
adapted it verbatim, I wouldn't care.
because in essence, it's a video game adaptation because that the main character that you play is a character created. Like your voice is there, the way you want him to look like, or her to look like, So it's like, who do you get to play your main character?
Like some average man, like Aaron.
It's hard enough to do like if you were going to do a Zelda movie and you do Link. It's like, well, Link is a silent protagonist that you kind of fill in.
You can get away with
sometimes,
Link looking like Link.
I'm saying like
KOTOR,
I
you
think
design
Link
your
was-
character.
I think Link is easier. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Well, in KOTOR, there also though is a canon version of what
Yeah.
that character is.
Yeah.
and,
But I didn't use
and
that.
it leads into,
I mean, I created my character though.
Well, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
But
Same thing in Mass Effect.
it'd be like,
Yeah.
there's like a canon look. I'm sure to Shepard, there's like probably a canon look to like maybe the Dovahkiin,
Yeah.
whatever. Like they use the canon version of KOTOR
Like the default. or
into other stories that they do into some books and even into SWTOR and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that too, of like what things would look like or whatnot. So
Yeah, I'm not sure about current canon. I know that the EU and the Knights of the Republic comics and stuff like that, there were a couple conflicting ways that that a character looked like. So,
Yeah.
Anyway,
but the writer worked on Avatar and Shutter Island.
yeah, Shutter Island. That's an interesting one.
Shit. Yeah.
But it's one of those things. Like this is a game that came out in 2003.
2003.
Which like we all kind of know the story, but there's gonna be people that don't know the story.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know
like,
the story.
yeah, it's like suddenly you kind of have to like go back into a spoiler territory with it,
the thing too is that they could just easily say, okay, this is Knights of the Old Republic.
But it's not,
and
the
it's
story
not
that,
any of the stories
it's
you
not
know.
Darth Malak
It's in that
and-
era,
Yeah.
and there are Jedi and Sith, and they're around, and there's war, and it's in that era.
Yeah.
But
I mean-
none of that stuff they're going into possibly.
I'd be
It's a way they could do it.
Yeah.
She wrote Avatar, the James Cameron movie, by the way, not the
Yes.
Last Airbender.
Yeah.
No, not. Yeah.
I'd be interested in adapting like Darth Bane's trilogy. It's a little more personal.
Yeah, during the Last Jedi Sith War thing,
Yeah.
that'd be kind of cool.
I mean, those books are fucking unbelievable.
They're great.
Drew Karpyshyn.
I mean, they-
then he went and wrote Mass Effect.
I'm saying they read like KOTOR games, those books,
Yeah.
like the way he has his battles like play out. They kind of feel
Yeah.
like you're playing that old game. So
Yeah.
See, I would love if they went into something where it's more like Star Wars: The Old Republic. Like I love what they did with that. With like, remember those cinematics with like
Oh, they're
the smuggler and his duster, and then you had like the trooper and the big old giant minigun and stuff like that. Like, I love.
she's got it where it counts.
Yeah, right?
What is that voice actor for the smuggler?
Marcus Phoenix
He's the
from
same
Gears
guy
of
from
War.
Gears of War.
Yeah, like
It's that great fucking voice.
I love those, or like
She's not
the
pretty, but she's tough.
the Deception trailer or whatever it was, right?
Deceived.
Deceived,
Yeah.
like that trailer, like those trailers.
Deceived.
They were so good, and they showed like bounty hunters and stuff in the
Yeah.
Old Republic
Yeah.
era. Like if they just took something and like took like those kind of ideas
Yeah.
and just made like, here's a bunch of new characters you've never seen before in the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Here's some more,
I mean, Malgus is legit one of my favorite like Sith to watch.
You know what would be
on
fun
screen.
too?
It's so
Yeah.
good.
Another one that'd be fun was the Republic Commando movie.
That'd be pretty
Could
good.
you imagine like a squad? It's kind of like a Saving Private Ryan kind of
Yeah.
thing or something. Like you're following this squad of
That'd be
guys
good.
through a war. Like that would be really cool. It'd be like Clone Wars, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
movie
Or like
version.
Battlefront 2, right? Doesn't that follow like a squad of
Inferno Squad.
Yeah.
Inferno Squad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Our
verse
buddy,
out.
our buddy Ryan Weaver worked on Republic Commando.
Yeah.
The video game.
Yeah.
Cool. He did like a lot of like effects for the first person like muzzle flashing, of your gun. That was his
Cool.
thing. Yeah, I do have a reservation for Galaxy's Edge. Jancy got me and her double reservations that overlap like by an hour. So usually you'd have like 4 hours, but we have like an 8 hour reservation.
Sweet.
So
That's awesome.
Well, Endgame tops $805 million domestic and nears $2.7 billion worldwide.
How far is that from Avatar? It's
past,
really close, right? No, wasn't Avatar like, was it 2.7, 2.8, right?
2.8 billion is Avatar.
Is it? Okay, I thought it was.
I think it's got to be really close, but I don't think it's past.
What is it right now?
2.7, right?
Yeah.
Global. It's still in theaters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean that took Avatar like
6 months, right?
months to get to.
Like it's been like, when did it come out?
A month ago.
And it also had the element of the 3D ticket price.
Yeah,
You
sure.
know?
Which was even higher.
Like I don't know anybody. Like I'm sure people have obviously, but I don't know anybody that I'm friends with that went and saw Avengers in 3D.
I did
Did you?
on my third watching. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
How would the 3D look?
it was pretty good.
It's not like a Friday the 13th movie, Calvin. The third time doesn't have to be in 3D.
Jaws. Jaws 3.
Well, because like just because from my understanding, like movies that are made for 3D are breathtaking.
Yeah,
But movies sometimes it's like they have a good conversion, sometimes they don't. Like the Phantom Menace, they worked really hard to have a good 3D conversion.
The Phantom Menace had an amazing 3D conversion.
Yeah, and I've
but
heard.
people do not put that much effort into them sometimes.
After
Yeah.
The Last Airbender does not.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
This,
like I've. Go ahead.
sorry. Endgame had. I feel like it had a really good 3D conversion. I've
Okay.
seen some that were terrible. Like the things that you were supposed to be paying attention to in shot were just not
Yeah.
the focus of the 3D.
Yeah.
And it was really jarring and difficult to keep track of. But
Yeah.
yeah, I felt like it was pretty good. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
it depends on like the compositing of the movie, because if a lot of it is done in visual effects wise, like Avengers was, obviously like the last third of the movie is all visual effects pretty much. It's easier to select and do
Different
your focal
layers.
lengths.
Yeah.
But if you're doing a movie that has none of that and was all shot on film, and you're retroactively making it stereoscopic 3D, then some poor fool, most likely in India, is getting paid slave labor to be able to go and just cut out all of that in compositing.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah,
episode?
And I'm not exaggerating with that, because some visual effects artists that want those jobs had to move to India to do them.
Jeez.
Don't we have a LCC friend who does that?
We do.
Yeah.
We saw episode 1 in 3D.
Yeah, that's what I was referring
Yeah.
to.
Remember
And,
that?
and 2 and 3 never got released, but
No.
I read up on guys who saw it. They said it makes 1 look bad. Like the 3D on 2 and 3 are amazing. It's like they were made for 3D.
I wish
Yeah.
I would have released those. I would have loved to have seen 2 in theaters because I never got to.
That was right before Disney bought
That's
it. right?
nuts how you never saw it in theaters.
I just
I never got
did
to
the only
see
one I
any
ever
of the
saw in
3 in
theaters.
I saw episode 1 4 times in theaters. When 2 came out, I couldn't drive. I wasn't playing baseball. They weren't giving me I couldn't go see the movies every time I made a score in basketball, like
Oh, fuck no. Yeah.
that didn't work out. So I just remember not going to that the first time I saw it. I was sitting in the living room with my parents. We were watching it, and everyone fell asleep except for me. It was like the first time I watched it. Sidekick, is that what it's called? With Chuck Norris and
Oh, yeah.
Mako.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one is the guy from Avatar and which one, or from
Yeah.
Korra, and the one's the actual voice actor.
Mako is from Kuro, right?
So Mako then,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
So
it-
like, yeah, like he was in it. I remember like that was another movie where like I watched it, my family's there, the movie ended, I looked around and everyone was either gone or asleep.
1992.
Huh.
I remember that happening at your house. I put on Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust,
Dude, that movie's sick.
which is one of the best
It
anime
is a
movies
good
ever.
movie. I've seen
That
that.
movie's a
And
sick
all
movie.
you fuckers were asleep by the time it was over, because we had
Yeah.
watched Memento and then we would watch Vampire Hunter D.
I love Memento.
Is that my house?
It was at your house.
I don't remember watching Memento or Vampire Hunter D.
Because you fell asleep.
I was gonna say you fell asleep during D.
I fucking love Memento.
Should have
dude.
played an interesting show, Rick.
It's great.
Memento's good.
Hey,
Don't
man,
knock it.
sometimes you're just tired.
Yeah.
I fell asleep at one point during
Civil
Civil
War.
War.
Yeah.
Suddenly I woke up, Black Panther was there. I don't remember meeting him. I was like, what the hell? he's like on the back of a car. I'm like, I don't know what the hell happened. I need to get more sleep.
Maggie
That's why I
fell
have that
asleep
sleep app now.
I know.
in Dark Knight Rising in the theater, but she also has narcolepsy.
That
Yeah.
happens.
So.
Does that ever led to like any crazy situations?
I can't think of any like crazy
Like
funny
like,
ones.
like operating like heavy motor, equipment.
Oh.
Has ever happened?
It's
Extremely dangerous situations.
back
I
before.
thought it was gonna be more of like sexual or something he was gonna talk about.
Are you sleeping again?
back
Is this
before.
wrong?
I have
Shit.
narcolepsy.
Back before she was diagnosed and medicated, she fell asleep driving with her mom once.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Our buddy who is like lifts weights all the time. Jack man Matt. He got so big and he was having like he had heart problems growing up, and then when he was working, he'd be operating equipment or driving like a like a forklift,
Forklift.
like a forklift, and he would fall asleep and like just wreck into a wall and shit. Yeah.
Jeez.
And yeah, I think with the doctor, they said your heart's fucked. You need to stop doing all the stuff that you're doing.
Yeah.
And then he did.
And what did he do?
He stopped for a little bit and he changed up his stack, and he started taking better stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think Melanie has something because she's like tired a lot all the time. She has that thyroid.
I told you there's
thing,
something wrong with
too.
her for years.
Yeah. So, but like, I still remember the one day that like some people would sleepwalk, some people would sleep talk. She sleep seduced me.
Some people sleep. Some
Like she doesn't remember any of it, and I'm like, you did. It's terrible.
Sleep seduced.
you wake up like in the middle of the night and you're both just horny as shit, and you're just like, and then the next day is like,
Yeah,
did something happen last night?
I've-
And you both don't know. Like I think it did.
I've woken up in the middle of the night and I might have been horny, but she's sleeping. And I just roll back over sad.
Go back over.
So
jack
no.
off, try not to-
It's
But
funny.
yeah, with narcolepsy, you're not necessarily tired.
It just hits you.
Yeah, you just fall asleep.
Yeah.
But it's worse when you're tired, though, right?
Yeah, it's worse
It's
if you
harder
don't
to
have a good
control,
sleep
yeah.
schedule.
Did she have that growing up, Calvin?
What?
Narcolepsy.
Yeah.
I mean, she would just fall asleep on the couch. Yeah.
That's what she'd be at school, or she guys
Yeah.
be doing homework.
Yeah, she would be doing schoolwork
Yeah.
on the couch, and she would fall asleep.
That's what I mean. Like, I wish if you guys had desks, your mom would come in and start beating her ass or
No.
something.
I mean, we had desks. We didn't use them very much just because the couch was more comfortable.
Yeah.
Doing it for, 8 hours a day.
What? If that's the case, they would have couches in school.
They should.
They want you to suffer, Aaron.
They don't want you to be comfortable. They want you to pay attention.
Because you're a filthy public school kid.
In private schools, they have the recliners like in the movie theater in Vienna.
Yeah. Oh,
these-
man.
So great.
When I went to St. Mary's to take a tour, like every kid has like an iPad now. They have all this crazy shit, but
Yeah.
the desks still suck though. You know what I mean? I was like, why the hell you give every kid like an iPad, but you don't upgrade desks?
Ain't broke, don't fix it.
I remember
Yeah, you guys had those desks that you open up and there's like a thing in here. We had the.
Yeah, you guys would fuck with their shit.
Well, it's so easy because it just opens up and it's right there. We had the desk
like
that had
every
like a metal pocket at the bottom. You had to go down and you would never find pencils. They're
Eric.
all the way in the back. You're like, ugh.
That doesn't work.
I hate 'em.
If you went to a house, you're like, it's so easy. The door just opened up. I
Yeah.
went in. I took their TV.
It's so great. One movement, you can see everything.
Well, was it high school or Bartlett when like the kids kept breaking the doors off the bathroom stalls so much that they just didn't put them on?
Yeah,
Bartlett,
that happened.
I
to us
think.
too.
Dude,
I think-
that happened
no,
at-
both.
No, for us when one they just took the stalls away. They weren't even doors. Like
walk
there was a
in,
couple.
there weren't
There
even
was a
walls?
couple.
There was no
you would
partitions.
you would walk into the bathroom and there's a lonely toilet in the corner,
Dude, like
and
it-
you would just hope that when you came around the corner of in the bathroom,
I hope no one's
that
there.
some guy was just like, oh god damn it, can you leave?
That's what it's like in jail, dude. Sometimes, yeah.
It's because kids kept just kicking it. They kept kicking the partition.
Well-
Hey, you shitting in there? And they kick it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Why?
The worst thing
So
is,
the teachers just took away the stalls.
Kids are such little shit.
I
dude,
know.
dude, I was the same
They
way.
really
man.
are.
I hate kids so much that they would destroy
They
the
just
thing.
destroyed the stalls.
The very thing they
There's
swore
no
to
reason.
destroy.
Right?
There's no reason to destroy it.
No, I remember like we had doors that
Oh,
were
man.
removed. We still had the wall part, but you just wouldn't have a door. So you would just be
That's-
sitting there, and you're even more enclosed. You're not even opened up. You're
Yeah.
just sitting enclosed, and someone walks by, just stare at you. You have nowhere to go.
You lock on,
You know?
and it's like you're shitting on their soul for eternity. That stains on there, man.
That's probably part of the reason why I would not shit anywhere except for home. Like
Yeah, dude.
grandma's, school, fuck it, nowhere, home.
Dude,
I'll
Mr.
hold it.
We kept breaking the fucking door, and Mr. Smart said, "Fuck it." He took off all the stall doors, because it used to be you'd be in there taking a shit, someone would come in, and you'd be like,
Yes.
so they wouldn't see your feet. Like, wait, hey, I think someone's taking a shit in there, and they start rocking the fucking thing. You're like, no,
It's gonna play really well for the audio only version.
dude.
By the way, for those of you playing Blind with Bingo, we have gotten onto shit.
Yeah.
That's true. My dad, my sister, when she would get mad at my parents, would like slam her door and stuff, and my dad definitely took her door off before.
I'm pretty sure I remember coming over and she just didn't have a door. You still did.
She had beads.
Yeah, she had beads. That's
yeah.
right.
Beads.
Yeah.
Fucking beads.
I hate these bead
Yeah.
things.
It's so hard to slam a bead.
You can wrap them around each other and use them to like whip the wall.
And they go,
Yeah.
it's not the same. Doesn't work.
It doesn't work. You can't make a point with beads.
No, you can't. There's no exclamation point
No.
at the end of that.
It's the same.
I'm done.
It's the same thing with phones. Remember when you had flip phones and you would like, you
Yeah,
get mad and
close
you
it.
close it so hard and it was like snap. You
Or
know,
or fucking
this you're just like,
Or when you hang up,
Yeah.
you bam,
Bam.
you're
Yeah.
hanging up on the hook.
and you could hear it loud. You'd be like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, you know.
Because it still transmits a little bit before it hangs
But
up.
now
Now
it's
it's
like,
like, all right,
fuck, now
fuck
it's like,
you.
yeah, fuck you.
Can't even like pull the battery out of the back and like call disconnected.
Right. That's why people angrily text now, so they can just do something with their hands.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a good one. Also, I feel like texting.
What? When the hell did I say that?
Hmm?
We are all pros. Soldier Boy up in this. Whoa, drunk Aaron.
Drunk Aaron.
It's probably during
that's a
drunk
quote.
stream. Yeah.
I don't even remember knowing the words to Soldier.
Hey, you were
No,
speaking-
yeah, I
you were
remember that.
speaking.
You were speaking in tongues, Aaron.
Yes, I guess so.
What were you saying?
I
Rick?
forgot.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry.
Like I'm a seek and pecker when I type.
Hunt and peck.
Yeah.
I feel like I was.
Seek a pecker.
Yeah. seek and
I
peck.
knew it.
It's called hunt and peck.
But that's also the way you type.
Seek and
you know,
pecker.
on text on phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get that. What do you mean?
Rick is so.
No,
he's so
he
quick.
types like this.
He does this on the
He
keyboard.
uses his index fingers.
Yeah.
And he looks at the board and goes tap 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 tap.
You being such
Be
a
like,
tech guy, I
"Hi,
figured you would type.
How are
He's
you?"
fast.
But I mean, he's fairly quick for doing this. You know what I mean?
Do you have to look down though?
He does.
I don't have to. Like I'm a lot faster if I do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I don't have to.
I don't know how you would be accurate though, not looking.
I mean, it's
Not
just
too bad.
it's
You have-
gross motor movement versus fine motor movement.
I
It's
can
just-
still beat typing the dead on the hardest difficulty setting.
oh yeah, let's go against each other, Rick.
Friday.
But the funny thing is,
Hey,
we all
I
like,
like that
oh,
game.
how could you not do it the normal way? But when we have our phones, we're all using our
yeah,
thumbs.
hunt and peck.
You know,
I swipe.
I'll
Well-
swipe. I judge people that swipe.
What?
I judge people harshly this
Why
way.
you guys gotta judge?
Shane
Why
talks into it, and I judge him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he talks into his all the time.
I talk it all.
If it didn't mess up all the time, it'd be okay.
Then he has
Yeah.
shit, and he goes back and he retypes it anyway. No, there's a typing game that's like on the internet where like it's a car racing thing, and you all have like the same like excerpt to type.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
should do that sometime because like you can have like 8 people in there and you're all typing. You see little cars going like,
Wasn't it last week we were doing a business thing and Shane gave us he texted
An
us
address.
an address.
Yeah.
And like 2 or 3 of you guys got the wrong address.
dude, yeah. He told me one address, and I was like, Shane, that's over in West Virginia. I'm not going there before work. And he's like, no, it's this. And I was like, that's the same address. I'm not going to West Virginia. And then Rick messages corrected it, and then Shane goes, yes.
Well, I called you first time. That didn't
That was
answer.
funny.
Yeah,
Which
and
is
then,
not
you,
my
and then
fault.
you text me the incorrect answer
But he's-
anyway.
but he's driving.
So
So he
It's
answers when he
illegal to answer the phone while you're driving in Marietta.
drives. Calvin, you're such a Boy Scout. It cracks me up.
you could have just
All right,
texted the correct
it's a
answer.
$200 ticket.
I'm just saying,
Well,
texting the correct answer would have been an easy solution.
Yes.
To even me not answering a phone, because then I have it. I can just tap it and go to that place
Yes.
on my phone.
Yeah. Instead of having
Instead,
to type it in.
I tap it and it takes me to West Virginia, and I'm like, I'm not driving over there. I gotta go to work.
But your point is that him not answering the phone was worth 2 incorrect typings.
Well, actually, when you,
I mean, he still said if
when,
he's
when
talking,
you type it in your GPS, it still gives you West Virginia.
if you're talking to
Like
it,
I
you
had to I had to type it in Google Chrome and it come up
Wasn't
with,
it
with the
an-
iPhone. The
was it
iPhone,
an incorrect spelling?
like the
yeah.
no,
Well, it was he had the wrong street.
yeah. The street.
He had
was
the
spelled
company name.
incorrect.
So
as
it,
the street
it
address.
doesn't give me the wrong address if you give me the right address.
Yeah.
Like if you're saying it into your phone, you're still gonna say it talking to me into the phone the
Yeah.
wrong way. So I just yeah, because they don't even sound the same.
Even I found it.
Once you had the right
did.
address, right?
Yeah.
Because I look back and I'm like, okay, let me look back. Here's the address. And then after I tried it and found it in West Virginia, I saw that in that text messages with our group, Calvin was like, Shane, this isn't West Virginia.
Yeah.
I thought it was in Marietta, but then there was no response to that.
Well, I finally just
So I'm
called
like-
the guy that I was having a meeting with, and he gave me the right address.
Yeah, so then
I
I'm
gave
like,
up
well,
on Shane.
All right, well, I'm not going to West Virginia. I guess Calvin went to West Virginia. That's where everyone was yesterday.
Yeah, I was looking for that building. I drove, like, I came from the other side, not from, like, you know, from the Burger King side or whatever. And I didn't know where it was. I'm like, oh, I had the address, but I was like, oh, there's Aaron's truck. I'll go park there. And I parked. I'm like, I don't know where the hell you go in this building. Must be this door. It was locked. And it started raining. I'm like, damn it. Where the hell? I didn't want to, you know. I was trying to call people, like, how do you get in here? I called Shane, like,
yeah,
how do you get in this
yeah,
building?
if you type in Hall Financial, it'll which is spelled both ways. It'll come up Parksburg. That's what me and Rick were talking about.
Yeah.
And then you do it in the iPhone, and it comes up the Marietta one first.
Well, you know
Right.
what you could have given me was the correct address because you
Yeah.
never said. You
Well,
never said.
you
the-
made the argument that I gave you the Parksburg address.
You did.
I gave you the
you
wrong
did.
one.
You gave me the Parkersburg address.
Moving on.
Okay.
So there's a interesting website out there I found trying to find topics to talk about on the podcast called procon.com. And it was created in 1986, which is pretty old for
A website, yeah.
an organization to pursue the effort of finding pros and cons of various controversial issues. One of them, which isn't super controversial, I don't think, is binge watching good for you? And they have a list of pros and cons on here, but I'm wondering what you guys think.
I mean, in the sense of like, because you're just sitting there
In-
watching something, you're not being
Is
active.
In a
binge
healthy
watching a
sense?
harmless pleasure or harmful addiction? The pros and cons of binge watching are explored below.
Isn't
Yeah.
binging typically looked down upon in most versions of binging?
Like,
in
especially eating.
like binge drinking, binge eating,
Most-
binge working out. You know,
most
any of
binge
that?
banging.
Yeah, most binge types of intake of any nature is looked at as unhealthy. Yeah.
Some would say it's not healthy.
So a little bit of background information. The term binge watch was first used in 2003 to mean to watch many or all episodes of a TV series in rapid succession.
Yep.
The phrase gained popularity in 2013 when Netflix released the entire 13-episode season of House of Cards at once.
Mm-hmm.
In 2015, binge watch was declared the word of the year by Collins English Dictionary.
Nice.
According to their research, 73% of Americans admit to binge watching, with an average binge lasting 3 hours and 8 minutes. 90% of millennials, ages 20 to 33, 87% of Gen Z, ages 14 to 19, stated that they binge watch.
I mean, when I was a kid, we binge watched. We just couldn't watch the same TV show in a row. You know,
Right.
You're just
Yeah.
like, all right,
Yeah.
watching Law and Order.
But now they
then
can
we're watching
track it.
SpongeBob. Then we're watching this. You know,
Law and Order and then SpongeBob.
Yeah. Now they can track it, so they can look at the data and
Yeah.
make these determinations. you
I mean,
know,
I would.
when it probably we've
yeah.
always done it. It's always been bad. You know
Yeah,
what
I mean, there's some people's houses that I would go over to their house when I was a kid, hanging out and whatever, and their TV would be on literally all day, and people would not, the room would never be empty. There would always be somebody in
Sure.
there watching something.
But see, the thing with that too is like when you watch TV, when was it? Was it like you got home from school, and now it's like now we watch TV, or it's Saturday morning cartoons. Now we're gonna watch TV.
You go home with like tsunami time, man.
But how many people though nowadays say, "All right, I'm taking Friday the 17th off because House of Cards comes out, and I'm watching that entire series that day," and they sit down. That's what they do that day,
No, definitely.
And is that good for them, or is it better to, if you had one episode of House of Cards every week, then when you come home from work, that's what you watch,
Yeah.
versus having a binge session
Yeah,
where
it
you sit down and do that.
It depends how like invested I was in that show. I mean, I certainly wouldn't do it for House of Cards.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not
Yeah.
necessarily investment. I
like,
mean, more like the question here is like, is that a healthy thing for someone
Sure.
to do? I think is what it's
I
going for,
think
right?
Yeah.
I think it depends. Like if, let's say there's a show that you are, obsessed with, and you're in a forum every day and talking about just those characters and those theories and stuff. Like, so let's say, let's just say Game of Thrones, right? People that have an obsession with Game of Thrones, if they take off, like if Game of Thrones 6 episodes came out in one day, there'd be a lot of people that would like, hey, I'm taking this today off.
I mean,
you know?
I've taken off work
I mean,
for video games before.
even
Like,
just
I've never
to-
done it for television,
Yeah.
but like if a major video game release comes out that I really want to play, like I've taken a day off and just
Yeah.
play that for
yeah.
8 hours.
yeah.
Even just to stay away from spoilers and stuff like that, a lot of
Yeah.
people will watch the entire season that's released all at once just so that they can enjoy the rest of their week and not have to worry about getting
Yeah.
spoiled on social media and such.
And I think it depending. I think it just depends on the person, because it could be something you could point out depending on the person. Hey, this is an unhealthy thing that you're doing, but it's not necessarily indicative of being healthy or unhealthy. You know?
Right.
I think
Good.
I think what's interesting is like when you binge these shows, like instead of looking at it from that perspective, just like how well people retain the show as opposed to watching it once a week and allowing it to sit with you. So it's almost like
So from like a mentality standpoint, it might be
like
better, or
the
maybe
shows that like I love, like that I kind of grew up with that I couldn't binge. They stayed with me more and longer, and they
meant more.
they gestate basically inside me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And instead of just watching it all in 2 days,
And you have time to
to theorize and
to theorize or to anticipate
See, and then that can cause more like brain activity where you're thinking and whatever. Instead of this, sometimes you might just be mindlessly watching.
Because you analyze an episode for a week instead of
Yeah. But what
Instead
if
of for the
But
2 minutes
just-
of credits or whatever.
blurring through like 5 hours.
what if Calvin gets into One Piece and then finds out he really likes it and then disappears for a month because he's just binge watching all of One Piece? You know what I mean?
It'll be like 2018.
like if something like that happens, like it goes into that obsessive kind of category there. But I mean, you're not having the brain activity of like, theorizing and thinking and processing an episode or anything like that. But then you're just binge watching and I don't know. It almost becomes like a mindless activity of just you're absorbing, but is there anything else happening? Or are you absorbing even?
Yeah, I don't think you'll retain it as well, for sure. I don't think
Yeah,
you'll
no.
critically think about it as well.
I mean, there's a limited amount of information that your brain can intake and retain and remember past like 2 weeks. And, it ramps down quickly based on how much you force your brain to pay attention to. Like, you can retain a lot more information from a 1 hour lecture than you can a 3 hour lecture, just because after a while your brain gets burnt out and shuts down, and then it stops trying to retain the stuff that you listened to in the first hour.
Oh yeah, when I had to teach at Washington State, it was 4-hour night classes.
Yeah.
And that shit was the worst.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how am I gonna get these adults, I guess, to focus for 4 hours?
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where, like, when you ask the question, like, is it what was the original question? Is it harmful?
So the question, I think, actually isn't proved or disproved by
Well, this is more like a debate kind of topic, right? Pros
two
and cons
of the 3 points.
How is it healthy?
Is binge watching a harmless pleasure or harmful addiction? Was it?
I think that's like a thing you have to take to an individual person and then decide versus like just a group.
But I think some of their pros and cons are interesting.
Yeah.
Like their first pro is binge watching leads to beneficial social connections.
Mm-hmm.
A study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that binge watching can help long distance relationships by replacing shared activities like going to dinner or having mutual friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely true in my case.
Yeah. Once you start watching TV, like recent stuff,
You got
plenty of friends.
Well,
I mean, specifically with my long-term relationship or long-distance relationship.
I joined the Attack on Titan trio this week, and like I was watching because I wasn't watching it with them. I was watching it with my girlfriend Jancy. So now I have to have she's like, all right, well, okay, well here's the stuff that you have to replace, and it's all Korean dramas. She made like a little thing like you can pick one of these Korean dramas, 50 Shades of Grey, or this.
Is 50 Shades of Grey like
It's
a
like
TV
a menu?
show?
Man.
No, it's like she was just having fun with
okay.
it.
Yeah.
But she tried to pick all
That's what
these things.
That's what he thinks.
She picked all these things. She's like, you should put My Little Pony on there. It's like, all right, pick one.
Malachi likes
you
My
owe me
Little Pony.
you owe me a show.
Yeah, Malachi likes My Little Pony, and he's embarrassed by it.
But I was
So,
like, hey,
yeah.
this Korean drama was pretty good. Let's watch this.
But in that pro as well, they contest that binge watching creates a sense of community around a show, something experts called a shared cultural space. This ground allows viewers to discuss and enjoy shows with everyone from a coworker exchange. Although I think that also happens in a week-to-week thing. Like,
and it lasts longer.
Yeah,
right?
you know,
like
you would
water
always
cooler
talk about
talk.
the water cooler talk.
Yeah.
Things.
And
But how do you extrapolate that data from years? Like,
See, the thing that depends too there is like Stranger Things, for example. Is it better having a week-to-week release where you're talking about, man, this is just what happened, what's going to happen next week? Or at the same time, if you binge watch it the day it comes out or whatever, then you have like, oh man, this season was so great. What do you think's going to happen next season?
Yeah.
But I feel like you have less to kind of relate to the next season of like, man, maybe it wrapped up pretty nicely. Maybe this or this, and that's all I really got. Whereas day to day or week to week, I think you can have much more conversation about,
Well,
the
Game of
season.
Thrones is a perfect example.
Yeah.
Like for 2 years when we didn't have Game of Thrones, people were still going crazy and talking about it. We had this sense of community and everything else.
So con number one, on the other side, binge watching leads to mental health issues. The University of Texas study found that binge watchers are more likely to be depressed, lonely, and have less self-control. One of the authors, Yoon Hee-sung, stated when binge watching becomes rampant, viewers will start to neglect their work and their relationship with
Rampant,
others.
that's a hell of a word.
Even though people know they should not, they have difficulty resisting the desire to watch episodes continuously.
It sounds like people don't have shit to do.
Or they have an addictive...
I binge watch when I don't have shit to do.
Yeah, or, maybe they have an addictive personality.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's like something that they get addicted to.
Maybe.
I mean, they did say that, when they're exposed to that, they have a lot more difficulty resisting that urge.
It says here.
So it's another outlet that they have that drive to do more of.
It says here the neural pathways that cause heroin and sex addictions are the same as the addiction to binge watching. Your body does not discriminate against pleasure. It can become addicting to any activity or substances that constantly produce dopamine.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't really like to binge watch too often.
So
Which means I have no heroin addiction, I guess.
So that means our jobs could be hazardous to our
So
health.
you could try heroin
Yeah, but
and
we
be
don't-
okay.
I probably
don't
wouldn't
really
get addicted.
binge,
You have
though.
a great night.
I don't
The
know.
rest of your life will be fine.
Sex addiction. Am I addicted? No. I can
You're not
go.
addicted.
I can go months
Desperate.
without it.
You know
yeah,
what's
I want
desperate-
it, but I can
desperate
go
for
months
sex.
without it. I have.
I have a sex
Months without
desperation.
sex?
You need to go to a sex desperation clinic.
Sex desperation clinic. What does that do?
It's
To
just
have
a
one of
whorehouse.
those machines?
It's a whorehouse.
I guess.
Just a brothel.
The second pro, binge watching has health benefits like stress relief. According to psychiatrists, binge watching releases dopamine in the brain, which creates a feeling of
So that was
pleasure.
a negative in the last one, but it's a positive in this one.
Yeah. Well, I think like the positive is,
For people who don't have control issues.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Like heroin.
Like if they
A little
can
bit of
control
heroin's okay.
themselves.
Psychologists say that finishing a series can give viewers a feeling of control and power, which can be beneficial if the viewers are not feeling that in their daily lives.
Imagine finishing a show and you just feel powerful.
Well,
I felt
for me,
felt powerful yesterday. Finishing Code Geass.
I feel, yeah, that was good. I feel powerful when I watch Click. Like at the end of Click, I'm like, I want to do something in my life.
When you watch that, remember when he throws the guy in the bed at the end and he's like going crazy?
there was a good 5 years of my life where I did not watch any finales of any shows.
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop, Fruits Basket.
You don't want it to end.
Yeah, because I
That
didn't want him to
happened,
end.
happened to me in Kmart too.
Have me at Scrubs.
I felt powerful when I put my water on top of my sandwich today. It didn't work.
You gotta tell the story.
He did.
I already did.
Ah,
You
damn
missed
it.
it. It was a great
Yeah.
story.
I gotta tell the story from earlier. Okay.
Well, no, we already told it.
No, I'm telling it anyways.
We already told it.
No,
didn't
another
we?
one.
Oh, a
Oh,
different story?
I'm not telling the same
I
one
thought you were
again.
going to tell the sandwich
I'm
story
gonna tell
from,
it again,
from
Aaron.
your point of view.
And not as well. No, well, I on Tuesdays and Thursdays to recover, I try to go to the sauna. Okay, so I'll get here early and jump in there for 45 minutes or so. Well, I went to take a shower. I realized that my boxers were like in the sauna. Okay, and
Yes.
and like I thought kind of Rick was here, and
You
the
thought
door was open.
Kind of Rick was here?
Well, normally he gets here kind of early. Okay. Anyways, so I was walking there just naked as hell, walking through that back room. But I had the towel in my hand. And then something happened. Something changed. And I felt this need to, I didn't hear anything. I just felt this need to like whoop it around me like Batman. And right then, Rick opened the door and he was like, you know, doing that thing where he smiles like, and I went, well, that was a close one. And he's like,
I definitely
yeah.
still saw the movement of the towel.
Yeah,
like
it
you
was
had just
like
wrapped it around
like,
yourself.
Right then, you just opened the door. You know what I mean? It was
It's like when I lived over at Pennsylvania Avenue.
that was intentional.
And I was probably binge watching something
Yeah.
naked, just laying on my couch naked, watching
Was
something.
it healthy?
I was having a great time, you know. And I just hear,
That's the answer. That's the answer.
I hear like outside faintly. You know, me in here, and it doesn't go very well. I just hear faintly like someone running up the steps. I was like, "What the hell?" And I looked at the door, and I could just like see like this cheap hotel like apartment like shaking as like Shane is like running with Gus to my place. And I look at the doorknob, and it zooms in. It's not locked. And I run over. No,
Running naked as hell.
and Shane like breathlessly opens, like, you know, whips open doors because he wants to catch people red-handed doing stuff,
Like
whatever
Dwight
it
Schrute.
is. My privacy, my own home. But he whips open. He's like, Gus is like, I'm like, yeah, shut the door.
The door, he spins like he goes.
I'm like, what are you doing here? It's like, we want to play Smash. I don't know what we wanted
What
to
happened?
do.
Because I called you and you're like, call me before you come up. So I look at Gus. I said, we're running right up the stairs. We're sprinting up there, and he's like, okay.
If you wouldn't have ran, you might have snuck up on him.
I don't know.
Well, because I remember
I don't know what
like
happened.
when you told the story before, it was like I can run back to that bedroom, got some clothes, or I can try to lock it in time.
Yeah,
And you made the gamble.
I made the gamble.
Shane, you're like that young lion who's learning to hunt, but you took off running too soon. You could have snuck a little bit further and caught your gazelle, but
Yeah.
you didn't.
I caught him. No, I caught him.
Con number 2. Binge watching leads to serious physical health problems. Binge watching requires sitting for hours and hours, which has been linked to slow metabolism, heart disease, cancer, blood clots, and deep vein thrombosis.
Rick, is this
Sedentary behavior.
is this your way of secretly telling us you don't want to do reactions anymore? Because this is exactly what we go through every day.
Although we do get up.
We
and,
do
like,
binge
move
watch.
We
around.
get up and we exercise.
Yeah,
well, me and Aaron exercise.
I've been working out.
Yeah.
At least
I
I'm
was
working out.
Well, Calvin exercises too.
And then the third one
I
is
run up these steps. Every time I run up.
Every Thursday, get mailbag.
the same thing, but either side, and probably the most objective. Binge watching makes a show more or less fulfilling, depending on which side you want to be
I
on.
think it
Yeah.
makes it less fulfilling.
For the pro side, while binge
depends.
watching, the viewers can feel the pleasure of full immersion, aka being in the zone, which is a great feeling similar to staying up all night to finish a book or a project. Many shows are now made for binge watching. Consider full seasons of Netflix being released at once. Shows made for binge watching are often more sophisticated with multiple intricate storylines, complex relationships, multi-dimensional characters. Media theorist Stephen Johnson says that watching this sort of show may make viewers smarter because greater attention and thinking are needed to process them. On the con side of things, watching without a break can reduce the pleasure of anticipation viewers feel while they have to wait for a new episode. Damon Lindelof, the co-creator of the popular show Lost, stated this idea of anticipation, the Christmas morning feeling, doesn't exist in binge culture.
I mean, he's probably right. Yeah.
Sonia,
It's not as visceral, but it's there, I think.
Sonia,
Blade.
some long name that starts with an L. At first, a new TV show is really exciting, but the more you watch, the less you enjoy it over time. A lot of shows are not made for binge watching. Consider plot points that repeat after a commercial break or the beginning of a new episode. If someone binge watches those, they'll notice more of the repetition. Also, the viewer won't have time between the episodes to digest and really think about the show. The study found that binge watching lowered levels of sustained memory and self-reported enjoyment levels.
I'm trying to think of what
kind of
show.
like the monster of the week kind of things.
And I'm going to put that article in chat so people can look at all the references.
I
and
binged the
stuff.
first 2 seasons of Supernatural. I loved it.
I binged Berserk the first time I saw it at the help desk during a 12-hour shift, and then I binged it again the next day.
See, I binged.
That is true.
I binged Doctor Who, which I talked about this recently too.
Yeah.
I binged through that, but I think I've enjoyed it much more in the week to week where I'm thinking about it and having time to digest each
Yeah.
episode. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's different for every single person and every single show, honestly.
Yeah, like actually, I binged Star Trek Next Generation the first couple seasons, and then I got out of it because I was just so much.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of getting into it again, and I'm watching it more like every couple of days.
Like, I feel this one could go more one side or the other depending on, like, certain circumstances, as opposed to, like, the people that will look up spoilers for things, you know, or
Yeah.
look at
Yeah.
like trailers or every trailer for something, and they'll end up reporting that they didn't like something as much as somebody that knows nothing about it, you know.
Yeah, they'll be like, well, you know, that movie was predictable.
Yeah.
It's
I think
like,
that
well,
one
you
is-
watched every trailer, looked at every poster, and
Yeah.
looked up leaks.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Like, I think that one is a little bit more. You could talk more in like grouping people together than you could maybe this one.
For
I don't know,
me,
I
the
think-
problem with binging is, like, I tried to binge One Piece, and when I fell off, like, I missed it for a day or a week or whatever,
Yeah.
it felt like a defeat almost.
Yeah.
And, like, I just didn't want to get back into it. Whereas if it had been something a little more manageable that you could fit in kind of whenever, maybe I would have kept watching it.
that's
Yeah.
nuts.
I've had things like
Like I felt defeated.
I've had things where like I've watched those and that's all I was watching, like Friends right now. Like that's all I've really been
Friends
watching
is a good binge.
on my like
Yeah.
my free time.
Sure.
But I wouldn't call it I binge it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is like whenever I'm gonna watch something, that's what I watch.
Sure.
So I'll watch like 1 or 2
Well,
episodes a day.
But
or,
you don't have like a 4-hour time block in which you can do whatever the hell you want.
No, but I
know?
have treated shows like that, and
Yeah.
then whenever like after I watched them and I was gonna come back to them, if I had a day where I didn't go back to it right away or something like that, I feel like I don't really remember and I don't have a connection. I'm like, well, maybe I won't go back to that because
Yeah.
I was binging Person of Interest. Like that, I would just
Yeah, I
watch
binged
that.
that.
I'd watch so many episodes of that, and then there was a few days or whatever where like I wasn't able to watch it for a while or anything. And now I don't really remember the story that well.
Yeah.
And I just haven't had an urge to go back to it. But Friends, I keep wanting to watch the next episode whenever I get a chance to, just because I
Well,
watch
there's-
one
there's
here,
not-
watch
Oh,
one
so
there.
you didn't
There's
finish
not
it?
a whole
No.
lot to
Okay.
keep track of in Friends, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this relationship's happening here, and here. But you can kind of just, you
Yeah.
know, Friends is one of those shows. That's why it's so, like, expensive now with syndication is you can just kind of, it's like Seinfeld. You can just watch
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah,
and kind of get it.
I love just binging
Which most
Seinfeld.
sitcoms are like that.
Well,
you know?
it's even the same with Star Trek Next Generation. Where,
Yeah.
like,
Well, the status quo returns.
yeah, exactly.
But there's
It-
like a lot
yeah.
of compelling, deep, analytic things to think about. Though.
oh, yeah,
That,
definitely.
that was the point. I
But
was
yeah,
making.
but like something like Person of Interest, you drop in just randomly in season 3, you'd be like, What?
Guy from Lost. Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I love that show, but I have to say, I could binge the fuck out of it. I can't remember too much of it now, which is weird. I actually remember
Yeah.
half the first season because you and I watched it together years ago. So and I saw it years ago, and
Yeah.
I still remember this first.
I mean, I
episode.
remember things like that. I'm not as good at like recalling it as opposed to when we do reactions.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, when we do these kind of things, we like kind of artificially make ourselves do not binge. It's watch this once a week,
Yeah.
talk about it for an hour afterwards,
Yeah.
mull it over. Like I'm driving home thinking about like, I don't know what Lucha's gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I come
me
back and
too.
I'm like thinking like, you know what? I think I got an idea of what he might be doing here. You know?
Yeah.
But for me, I really enjoyed binging Berserk.
Yeah.
But reading through the manga for the first time, I would just read like a few pages at a time and try to dissect like all the symbology or the philosophy from those pages that I could.
Sure.
And then come back to it the next day, and it's just a different experience. Like,
Yeah.
I think they're both good, just in different ways.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Everything in moderation, right?
What's the same binge thing for reading a book? No one says like, oh, you're binge reading. Huh? It might be bad for your health. You're sitting there reading the whole damn thing.
Because
You know?
you're still sitting and you're.
You're still sitting. You're still like that kind of thing. But no one like goes after that.
Yeah, I read the first
I
Harry
did
Potter in a
reading
day.
is bad for you.
The part of the brain that stimulates is different when you read and imagine than just
Yeah.
go on a ride of
Mhm.
of these visual pictures. I
Yeah.
think. You
Depends
know.
how good the show is.
I've heard reading is good for you. I wouldn't know, but
Yeah. I mean, it does stimulate much more of the brain because you actually have to like imagine things and remember places. Like you build a world in your mind
As opposed
And
to it
then
being
you-
built for you.
as opposed to just seeing a world.
Sure.
That these
and-
assholes built.
yeah.
Like
and,
just
and
just
you're
a peephole into it.
and reading through, like you're also like gaining vocabulary, learning
Yeah.
words, getting used to reading,
And
maybe even
you
speaking.
and you can learn to read faster where you can't really learn to watch faster.
Yeah.
You know?
This is why we should switch to sub.
What?
I've been trying to tell you.
There was a show when I was working for the city. I was watching something. What the hell was it? I think it was on Netflix. I was watching on 1.25 speed, so it was just a little bit faster, so I
Yeah.
can watch it all my lunch.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys don't have anything else, I can start reading donations.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, it's 4:35. Jeez.
Man, we had some good
Oh.
conversation.
Yeah.
Flew by pretty quick.
Bojangles subscribed for 12 months in a row. About damn time, he says.
Thank you, Bojangles.
Thank you, Bojangles.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Townsend9 subscribed for 24 months in a row. 2 years. That's crazy.
That's almost
Thank you.
25 months.
Thank you.
We need to make more badges for past 24 months.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tom.
Thank you.
I have to talk to whoever made the Discord emotes and see if we can start getting some of the other Discord emotes we have
Yep.
onto Twitch.
Need those too. It's Cobb, 12 months in a row. Guess that means it's been a year since you watched my first video.
Oh,
Hey.
Pretty sure I subbed during that stream, so
I
happy
think
1
you
year.
did, Yeah. Awesome. Thank you very much, Cobb.
thank you.
Raul Rudy Martinez subscribed for 21 months in a row. Any
Thank
big
you, Raul.
plans for you guys this summer, individually or channel-wise?
Well, we're gonna go to E3 here in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a big one. Aaron has vacation.
Yeah, we're
Summer?
going to DC with the kids
Yeah.
and then down to Fontana, North Carolina.
We talked about maybe
Throw
trying
pancakes.
out Con of Thrones in Nashville this year. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe.
It'll be fun.
WaveCon will be
WaveCon.
August.
WaveCon
obviously.
is
Little
gonna
thing
be-
called WaveCon.
Little
yeah.
thing. Yeah, I mean, my son's going to, obviously sports with all three of my kids, which is mixed between fun and like, oh, damn, I don't want to go to this thing today, But that's pretty much it. No vacations for me this year, honestly. I'm just kind of want to stay home.
Yeah, my daughter is going to be in a dance camp, which should be pretty fun.
Cool.
And I'm excited because of AEW wrestling.
A couple of my buddies
hopefully
who
gonna
are
be coming
obsessed with
soon.
wrestling, they're putting all on Instagram, like, AEW, baby.
That pay-per-view was so good.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Rick, what are you gonna do for the summer? Watch AEW wrestling.
I'm gonna binge it.
I'm gonna binge watch it.
Yeah, it's just exciting being able to be excited about wrestling again.
That's good. Good. Say good and great at the same time.
Good
that's,
and
that's
great.
great. That's good.
That's good.
That's good, man.
Groot.
Good man.
I'm Groot.
Captain Fishlip subscribed for 3 months.
Thank you, Captain
Thank
Fish.
Thank you, Captain.
Slip.
Fish hook.
Roland Big Dog cheered 1,000 bits, a.k.a. Captain Punisher.
Oh,
Who
we
sent
just
us
got
something.
it. Yeah.
Okay,
in
cool.
mailbag
We
to
just
me.
got your gift. Thank you very much.
Captain
Thank
you.
Punisher.
Gustavo Bruno subscribed for 9 months.
What up, Gus?
Thank you.
Gus.
Top screen, 100 bits.
Thank you,
Thank
Take
you,
a
Top
top screen.
Yeah.
She top screen's
Great
ferocity
thumbnail.
poster.
There's a Frosty one?
Yeah.
No, there's not.
You'll have to watch the podcast.
100%.
Yeah.
is.
If you watch the podcast, you'll see it.
All right.
Yes,
You'll
they're
never see it.
Crimson.
so fucking wrong.
I'm sure he sent it to me. I guarantee I have a message if he sent it to me.
Are you denying that there is one?
I'm saying
Slap
it's
bet.
probably on my phone.
Slap bet?
I did not deny nothing. I guarantee he probably messaged me then.
Yeah.
Crimson with 10 bits. Hey guys, my final update for catching my friend Cameron through Game of Thrones.
Okay.
He watched season 7 and 8 by himself and he loved it.
Good.
No
And now, no, it's just
Okay.
no punctuation.
Oh,
And now I got him to watch the first movie of Gundam Unicorn, and he
Ooh.
watched the rest of it and loved it.
Oh, cool.
Gundam
Hell yeah.
Unicorn.
Hell yeah.
Index Sage, 300 bits. This new Godzilla movie looks like it's going to be like the 2004 Godzilla Final Wars, which is one of my favorites.
Cool.
It does kind of look a little like that. It looks
I
like
didn't see that,
Isn't
but
that the one that had
I haven't
Zilla
seen
in it?
it's animation, right?
Isn't that like Godzilla's son or something
that
like
was
that?
Godzilla 2000.
No, yeah, Godzilla 2000. No,
Yeah.
Zilla is the American Emmerich Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
And Godzilla, it's really small, and he picks it up and just kills it in one move.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh. No, the only Godzillas that I've seen were the, I think it's the 2001 Matthew Broderick Godzilla, the
That-
original Japanese, like 1963 or 59 or whatever.
1954.
54
See,
Godzilla.
I've seen
and
the
then
54,
the first American.
but it was
It was the American version.
it was
right?
the American version where they cut an American actor
Yeah.
doing stuff. Like,
Yeah, don't watch that one.
I've watched that one. I loved it.
No, I haven't
That's
seen
hilarious.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen
It's
the
like
recap
Power
one.
Rangers. You
Yeah.
can just take
It
the
is
footage
like
and
Power
do this whole
It's
this.
exactly like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
We need to take some. We need to do that. We need to take that and make our own movie.
We need to buy a failed show from Japan.
Yeah.
Use it for stock footage.
Yeah. Use Blind Wave. To
Like
do
we're Blind Wave, but then we do Power Rangers as well.
it. Yeah.
That would be great.
That,
Dude, I would
that's
do
pretty
it, man.
good.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, sorry.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
we need to buy the rights to Super
What a
Sentai.
smart thing that they did. You know what I mean?
No, this new Godzilla looks like Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All-Out Attack from 2001. Which I'm pretty
I
excited
think I was
about.
reading something. What was the plan? We're gonna buy Power Rangers. I love that.
Yeah, we talked about
gonna-
like we
we're
need to find a popular Japanese show that's not popular in America.
Oh, and make it popular.
Take its action scenes and write a story so that we become the Japanese
Yeah.
fighters.
And just do
okay.
a few like CGI transitions of us turning into those
Yeah.
characters.
I'm sure there's something
It's got to be something.
There's
like
gotta be
not
something.
popular
Yeah.
in the U.S. that is
Yeah,
good.
and it becomes like the best thing you've ever seen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like we're
I'm ready for this.
And like we would have like because Power Rangers do that thing where like sometimes they would be like in just their uniform but no helmet. And like the uniform is obviously not the same as when they're fighting the putties and stuff. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah.
like you're not in that kind of shape. That's not how that fucking thing looks.
You're a man now.
Could you imagine like Eric's like it's morphin' time, and then it's just like a little girl.
So every once in a while, I'm like wearing a dress, like when I'm not having the helmet on.
I would love that so much.
That's great. It would also
do
be
that.
good if we did it another way as well, whereas the normies could morph into us.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, like we're the
We're the awesome action scene.
We're the better improved version.
Night Owl Lenny gave 100 bits. Love you guys. Hope you had a great Thursday. Only 68 days left until WaveCon. Can't wait. Hype.
68. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Seems so soon. Thank you, Lenny.
The Noble Wolf subscribed for 4 months in a row. You guys are the best. Can't wait for many more months of being subbed.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Jambus70, 100 bits. Are y'all still as confused about Death Stranding as I am?
Nope.
Didn't see the trailer.
Haven't heard
Not
anything
yet.
about it.
We're
Don't
gonna
want
do.
to be
We're gonna do it eventually.
don't want
Yeah.
to be spoiled or anything.
We were going to do the trailer earlier. We ran out of time, but it was like it's like 9 minutes long. I'm like, this is the trailer. Are you sure? You're like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
It's like a season 1 trailer.
But I mean,
Hideo Kojima's
it's Hideo
trailers.
Kojima, so
Yeah.
he does that thing where it like stops, and then starts again.
They say something like an apple, and then it starts. Then there's
and then
something
it starts
else.
with like like Death Stranding,
and then
it's
it goes
another
into more
scene.
action.
yeah, dude, I love it. I love Hideo Kojima.
Jambas, oh no. Crimson, 10 bits. Oh, Rick, wanted to tell you I beat Dragon Quest 11 a couple days ago. It's 75 hours.
Oh man,
Awesome.
I loved it. My first Dragon Quest game, probably my favorite. Wait. I loved it. My first Dragon Quest game, and probably my favorite. Well, it would be if it was your first. If
Yeah.
I ever get a 3DS, I definitely want to play some of the other games, especially 8.
Nice.
Yeah, 8 is probably still my favorite, although 11 was very, very good as well. Forever Dreamin' subscribed 11 months at tier 2. Favorite time of the week? Any time of day is the right time of day for a Blind Wave podcast.
Hey, thank you.
It's a hell of a thing.
It's like a poem.
It is. Such a compliment.
Brother Tone subscribed for 24 months in a row at
Wow.
tier 3.
Tone.
Thank you, Tone.
Thank you.
Hard to believe it's been 2 years supporting Blind Wave here on Twitch. I miss the days of Aaron streaming R6 and Overwatch with viewers in the drunk streams. But the current streams are great. Keep up the great streams.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tone.
Can't wait to see you.
Remember our first podcast was just like in my living room with a recorder in the middle?
Yeah,
just
no
talking?
video or anything.
Look at that now.
I don't, Eric.
You don't.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
Rick forgets a lot.
Yeah.
Probably because he
Hilden,
binges so much.
97, 300 bits. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's the weekly Blind Wave loving. Woohoo!
A loving.
Yay! Thank you, Building.
Thank you.
I like that.
Phenom Taker, 24 months. 2 years club. Where's my badge? I wanted the next 24 years.
24 years. Jeez.
All the 2-year people get a special invisible badge.
It doesn't show
It
up.
looks just like the background of your chat.
That's so shitty. That's such a shitty thing.
It's just white unless you're in dark mode, and then it's black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a special color change badge.
Yeah. Very rare.
I remember in art class one time, I was just so like despondent
Bad at art.
as to my ability in art that I just handed in a blank sheet of paper and was like, snowman in a snowstorm.
Yeah.
It did not work.
Only works the first time.
Brother Tone, 500 bits. We need a 2-year sub badge. Happy 2 years, everyone that reached the milestone this week.
Good job,
Thank
guys.
you,
Thank
Tone.
you, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years. Wow.
Fuck.
It has been a long time.
Anonymous gifted a sub to Night Owl Lenny.
Anonymous.
Anonymous. I saw V for Vendetta.
Crimson, 5 bits. Eric, have you and Aaron seen the video of Stephen Amell at the convention where he sings his version of part of Your that he wrote for his daughter? It's awesome. It shows you how good a singer Stephen is.
No, I haven't. I'll have to check that out.
Huh. Cool.
Haven't seen it. I don't know.
Part
what it
of your...
part of your world.
Version of part of Your. I don't know.
They might have run out of
Look at this
space.
stuff.
Well, he might be a good singer.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
But he is a terrible wrestler.
But
we
he's
know.
fantastic at Ninja Warrior.
Have
You see
seen
that shit?
Have you seen that?
You
Let's
see
see.
that
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
Rick? It's
Let's
great.
see. I want to
did.
watch some of your wrestlers do Ninja Warrior, Rick. Let's see it.
Actually, there are some.
I wanna
YouTube
see it.
videos
You want to
of-
see some Ninja Warrior?
of like bodybuilders doing Ninja Warrior.
Not
and stuff like
bodybuilders.
that.
I want to see some wrestlers. Some
Well,
of
I
his
mean, they're-
wrestlers.
They're basically.
Who's your favorite
the
wrestler,
same.
Rick?
They're not the
Let's-
same.
Let's see him. Do
I know. I'm
No,
just kidding. I'm
they're
just kidding.
Probably Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho could not do it.
See?
No.
Not today.
Stephen Amell, man.
There's some
Not
like.
today. No.
He did that salmon ladder.
Well, I remember when I was younger watching it, they'd have like some really athletic like Asian Americans on there, like
yeah.
doing these crazy things, and they just get fucking whacked by this big ass white man. I'm
But-
like, this fucking bullshit. I remember seeing that when I was a kid.
But they did cut off
And
Val
then my
Venus's
cousins looked at me
penis.
like, "That's right, boy."
Huh?
What's that?
But they did cut off Val Venus's penis together.
I don't know what that is.
All those little Asians. Yeah.
Oh, damn. All right.
With a katana.
We need to watch more wrestling.
You do.
Yeah.
What's become a wrestling reaction channel?
I'm in. Where was I?
I don't know.
Young Badge 88 subscribed for 17 months in a row.
Thank you, Young Badge.
AOJ Batman subscribed for 7 months in a row. Started a
Thank
new,
you.
Started a new drinking game. Take a shot when Calvin goes, in the Rick reacts to Game of Thrones. My liver regrets this decision.
What?
Started a new drinking game. He takes a shot whenever Calvin goes, in the Rick reacts to Game of Thrones. My liver regrets this decision.
He's gonna die. I think I've seen parts of that where like Rick will say something to you, Calvin, you go, and then that's like your response was just that.
Well, I don't want to say too much.
AOJ Batman gifted 3 subs.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
So thank you for that. Crimson, 10 bits. Hey, guys. Sorry. Hey, guess what, guys? I'm going to go see the new Godzilla movie, so I can't watch the whole podcast.
Oh,
Oh.
cool. We as well.
Yes.
Well,
Now, Lenny, 100 bits. Can we take a moment to appreciate Shane's gains? Looking swole, bro. The hard work is paying off. Gains!
I'm trying.
yeah.
I'm
He didn't
trying.
actually have to leave for his son's thing. He just went downstairs
I
to
just
work out.
went to lift. I'm trying. So thanks for noticing. So it's cool. Appreciate
Alex the Great gifted a tier 1 sub to Nicholson.
Nicholson.
Assen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Angelic Hope, 3 months in a row after hearing about the flower fight of April 2019, I had to resub. Aaron, I'm a parent of 4, have no curtains, no sleep. You and Melanie show me I'm not alone. So this resub is purely to tell you guys that you aren't alone. The struggle is real.
Oh, thank you. Yes. It's, yeah.
Thackman subscribed for 11 months in a row.
Thank you.
Thacker.
Thank you.
DT3, 10 bits.
Mike Thacker.
Thank you, Thacker.
Thank you, DT3.
Eric,
DT3.
hope you got a reservation for Galaxy's Edge because you're going to need one.
Yep. Got 2.
Steve James, 600 bits. Been a while since I caught the stream, but I made it just in time for shit stories.
Yep.
Yep. Thank you.
Just in time.
It's always the best time to join, I guess.
Thank you.
Hilding, 50 bits. Aaron, you can binge One Piece in less than a month because I did it in a week. I'm a pro binge watcher. LOL.
Thank
A
you.
week.
You know, as a channel, we probably shouldn't be telling people that there's any cons to binge watching, just considering how much we put out every week.
It's true. It's like
It's
3
like, don't
videos
watch
a
too
day
much
now,
of
right?
us. We need to say all the pros and leave out the cons.
Yeah, but we also have to make a point, like, medical advisory warnings. Like,
no,
sometimes
we do not.
watching these videos can
Alright.
cause some people.
Torque.
We'll follow
figure-
Big Tobacco's lead in this.
Warning.
Kill
videos
our
may
most
call
loyal
torque.
customers.
It's toasted.
Crimson,
Alright.
10 bits.
Thank you.
Thank you, Crimson.
Would you
Thank
guys
you,
watch
Crimson.
Black Clover? It's so good, and there's a Funimation dub for it. And Chris Sabat is one of the characters you guys would love.
I've never heard of it.
Always
I've
love
heard of
Chris
it.
Sabat.
I've heard of it a couple times, but
Heard of
Never heard
Cloverfield.
of it. But thank you.
It's on my to
Find
watch
my
list.
balls in the hallway.
Atoya was 100 bits. What day did you guys saying you were leaving for E3, and will you be recording Mailbag before or after E3?
We'll be leaving like a Monday, so I mean we'll be recording
Yeah, 10th
that
to the 14th.
Sundays, but not the next one.
No. So
Yeah.
when Jessica Jones comes back, we'll be gone for that. We're doing our best. Like, we've been working really hard these last 2 weeks, and then we'll be working really hard next week to try to make sure we don't have that many interruptions in our content. But sometimes you need a break. I was telling Rick, gave Rick a ride home last time. Like, what's stopping us from just taking a week off one day, one time? Just be like, what? Nothing. You're getting nothing for a week. We're our own bosses. But we're so damn low to making sure, no, people are watching. We don't want to,
Yeah.
we don't want
We
them
don't
to
wanna
not
disappoint
There's an,
anyone.
there's
don't
an
wanna
interrupt.
disappoint
There's an
anyone.
interrupt, and no one comes back.
Yeah,
and we lose everybody.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like there's something like I want people to be able to have. We get so many awesome letters and stuff of people saying oh man, this really helps me throughout the week and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
I don't want
that guy to be like
you
they took a vacation.
You know-
Fuck them.
you took a week off. You're the cause of my depression.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Like for me, it's not disappointing. Some of the people I feel like who really, it's
Yeah.
therapeutic to watch us.
Yeah.
And a part of me, obviously, as businessmen, we also want to make sure we get
Yeah.
the content out on time.
But we could just say one of these times, just be like, guys, we're taking a week off.
We're going to
Just-
Disneyland.
Don't look.
without getting
No.
ahead. You mean?
Yeah,
But then we'll have to double up when we come.
I
back.
know.
Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't. We would have taken that week
Yeah.
off.
So you're saying they just when
They
you're
just-
looking at the playlist, they're missing episode 26. Oh, they took the whole week off.
No, it's
it's
not
just-
like we didn't
We're not
record
skipping an
that
episode.
What about live
just-
shows?
Shane's like, we still watch
Yeah.
that episode. We just don't show it.
Yeah.
No, we watched it. We just didn't edit it.
Yeah, what I'm saying
Fuck
is,
you
what I'm
guys.
saying is, you get there and like, oh, they took this week off. They didn't record it.
Oh,
they
it's
didn't
funny.
double up. Then,
No, we mean we just didn't record the next thing that week. We waited a week.
Okay.
Took
Yeah.
that time off. But again, I like being able to have content that comes out all the time. I mean, we got shit coming out on Christmas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
True. And Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Hilding 97 cheered 100 bits. Yes, Rick.
Thank you.
Here's some bits for reading the Berserk manga. Love you, Rick.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Hilding. It's
Thank
very
you.
generous.
Did you read the Berserk manga?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said
Making
in the
sure.
podcast today.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Steve James cheered 100 bits. I'm still waiting for that Wedding Day podcast you guys promised a while ago. I think it would be a good one.
Wedding
Talking
day?
about your wedding days.
Oh.
My wedding day?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
think you had mentioned that, Aaron.
I don't know. What would you guys talk about?
He also redeemed a slap.
I don't know. Make fun of you guys,
How about
probably.
the Mountain Dew I drink?
I think I've talked about my wedding day before.
Talk about your engagement.
No, we've talked about it a little bit.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we talked about the ring.
The
Not
ring,
being made
yeah.
of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ring, man. What's worse was Aaron's ring.
So there we right. So there we go. Next podcast we'll talk about all wedding stuff
All right.
and marriage.
Uh-huh.
I'll write
Calvin,
myself a note
I'll just take a day off.
in Discord.
Calvin, you can sit
Yeah.
there quiet, I guess.
Talk about your mom's wedding.
I wasn't fucking there.
You don't know the story?
I mean,
See,
I know a little bit.
Yeah,
But
that's it.
again, I wasn't there.
That's why you didn't go to prom.
We should have our significant others on one day to talk about us without
Yeah.
us here.
That sounds
Yeah,
like
just-
a terrible.
And we're never allowed to watch it.
Yeah, I don't,
We should do that during WaveCon when we're all busy on WaveCon. That was all come here and do a podcast.
No, we should be allowed in the comments like they are now.
Like
the
they are
chat.
allowed.
Yeah.
Like they are allowed in the comments now.
You may be in the comments.
Like in the chat, like typing.
No, like we're all in the chat like they are now. I didn't mean it like, no, they should be banned at every other point. Who the hell said that, Shane?
Dip602. Dip602 gave 100 bits. What are you guys looking forward to most during E3? Cyberpunk for me.
Cyberpunk, yeah.
I really can't think of anything that's high on my list where I'm like, oh my god, that's gonna be at E3. I can't believe it. I can't think of anything specifically.
I would like to see something of Animal Crossings. And honestly, Smash Brothers' new character.
Yep.
Nintendo always has some good surprises. I doubt they're going to show anything about Metroid Prime 4 because they rebooted it. Because they just said, "Hey guys, this is bad, and we're literally just going to start over." And they're like, "Okay, well, thanks for being honest with us,
Yeah.
but we have to wait longer." So
A
I don't know.
delayed game can be good. A bad game is always bad.
Shigeru Miyamoto. Yeah.
I mean, there was rumors or some kind of announcement about like an Avengers game
Mm-hmm.
coming out.
Yeah, Square Enix. Yeah.
But Jedi Fallen Order, I think I'm interested to see.
Oh,
hear
definitely.
More about
I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's,
I
I saw Brian
It's mine,
Altano from
probably.
IGN at Star Wars Celebration, and I love Star Wars Celebration. But like E3, one thing that's so cool about it is like just trying the games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trying all the games and just there's so many announcements. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Pokemon Shield and Sword.
Yeah.
That'd be
Actually,
cool.
the Zelda, the remake of the what's the game called?
Link's Awakening.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything on it since that trailer.
yeah.
And that was a wonderful trailer.
It
So
was.
maybe see some more of that. It's a good time to be a
Ballad
gamer.
of the Windfish.
Good
Yeah.
times. Madge Brat subscribed for 16 months in a row.
Thank you,
Madge
Madge.
Brat.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Madge Brat.
DC Marvel United tipped $1. Hey guys, love the content. Wanted to know why you never reacted to Gotham and Titans. Will you guys be doing it sometime in the near future? Keep up the good work. I don't know.
Could be. I mean, Gotham. I know I had started
Mhm.
and like it didn't hook me,
Yeah.
so I was never like, oh man, I really want to watch the rest of that. But I never watched any of it
Yeah.
because I was always like, well, maybe we'll react to it at some point. So
Yeah.
Gotham was on a poll once.
the other thing too is that we've had
least.
like usually through the live season, me and Eric have a bunch of DC stuff that we're usually watching.
Yeah.
So doing Gotham would be another one to add on because it's I don't
Yeah.
know like 5-6 seasons now or something like that.
I think so.
So
something like
it's
that,
pretty
yeah.
long.
Now it's
So
going to have its final season.
I think
right?
it's in its final season or something. I don't know what it is, but
And we watch
yeah.
Attack on Titan every week.
Yeah. So
It's back.
maybe you never know.
You never know.
Starkiller 100 subscribed for 9 months in a row. Thank you for everything, guys.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
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 Very, very.
All right, that's
very
the last
generous.
one. We
Thank
have
you.
at least one slap. Let's have a look. If I can remember where to go.
A slap on Titan.
What?
That's the name of the name of Attack on Titan's abridged. A slap on Titan.
Is it?
Yeah. I never seen it, but people say it's good.
I hope it's not like Sword Art Online abridged.
Indeed, just one slap from Steve James. Shane, slap Aaron. Aaron, you haven't been slapped in a while. So,
Aaron, one
slap
of these
the
days
bald
you're gonna
weasel.
One of these days you're going to assume it's you. Look like a fool for taking off your headphones and getting ready. However, today's not that day.
Today is not that day.
Wouldn't that be great?
Come here, buddy.
He has nowhere to give. Oh, fuck.
I felt that.
Damn.
He actually rolled with it, so.
All right. Thanks, guys, for joining us for this edition of the Blind Wave Podcast. It is live every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/blindwave. We will be back tomorrow, Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for some gaming.
Yep. Also,
gonna
look
play?
out for those Godzilla reviews as well.
Yeah.
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 And other things.
Oh no!
Yeah.
There goes Tokyo.
Thank you.
Go,
Bye, guys.
go, Godzilla. Ah.